Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Dear students, are you all there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, very good morning to everyone. And this is the day 7 of Diksharam Student Orientation Program. And I'm glad that all of you all are present in the sessions and all the sessions are going on really well. So here with the first session of the day, we have Dr. Bhagya B Sharma, who will be taking the session on biodiversity key to Earth's life support functions. In Anapoya deemed to be university, she is been working or she's having 30 years of teaching and research experience in areas of biology. She has published 45 research papers in national and international journals and also two book publications. She is currently the Assistant Director at the Center of Environmental Studies and Executive Editor for Green Horizon e-newsletter from Anapoya deemed to be university. Good morning, ma'am, and welcome to you also.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, all of you.
Yes, good morning, ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. You can take over the session.
Thank you. Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Looks like just woke up. Hello. Good morning, students.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy to meet you all, and we all are here today to discuss on one of the important topics, the importance of biodiversity. I'll be sharing my screen. Please tell me if the PowerPoint is visible. And am I audible? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all see the PowerPoint?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Mohammed Ziad, can you please mute yourself? Okay. Thank you all, and I'll start with the session. If you have any questions, you can interact with me, or even at the end of the session, we can take up the questions. The topic which I have selected for environmental awareness is biodiversity. Okay. What is the importance of biodiversity? I have mentioned here that it is a key to Earth's life support functions. Biodiversity is essential for all life to exist, and also it supports all the functions happening on the earth in all the ecosystems. Okay, this is a definition. I will just read it. Biodiversity is a short form of biological diversity. Okay, biological diversity means all living species, all the diversity of living organisms you have on earth. So it refers to a variety of species, all type of species. It can be species diversity, genetic diversity in an ecosystem. And ecosystems rely on biodiversity for resilience, that is to function normally, to recover from any difficulties or any problems which they face, for health and food. Okay, so this is the meaning of the word biodiversity. It's biological diversity, diversity of all living organisms on earth. Just a glimpse of biodiversity. These are all macro species, what you can see here. You have much more than this, the microorganisms, which I have not focused here. This is a glimpse for you all to just have a look at the avian species, the underwater species, the amphibians, the animals, the mammals, the spiders. Okay, so biodiversity is a vast concept. If I give you a table with the classification, there are many. Okay, we have classified all the living species into a variety of categories, and the study is still going on. Okay, this is the species diversity in India. I'm not going through the numbers. This is just to give you all with respect to the diversity with the different category, and the groups also keep on changing. The more and more we study, we are seeing that new types of species are found on Earth. This will be interesting for you all to see. So this is the classification what we all have made for the organisms. From the prokaryotes, you have the viruses, prokaryotes, eukaryotes, you have the fungi, and the different species of animal group, kingdom Animalia. Okay. On the left hand side, you see here the species richness by taxonomic groups. How many species are there in each of these groups? So, very clearly, you will see that insects, they form the highest group. Okay, and also you can see two more colors here, the orange and the blue, which shows how many have been described and how many has not been described. And you see blue part is very small. So what we know and what we have studied is very, very less. The undescribed only is higher in all the groups. Okay. Similarly, you see how much of percentage we have studied. Plants we have studied to the maximum, and then the higher animals. Okay. But there are all the other species we have studied. See, more than 50% is unstudied. What the plants and the higher animals, only you have around 20% to be studied. That is our estimate. But all the other species, we really don't know how many are there, and they have not yet been studied also. So biodiversity is a huge concept. We always assume that we know all the plants, all the species, what they do, how important they are. Okay, it's nothing. It's just the tip of the iceberg. What is the importance of biodiversity? We may not be able to even explain how important every species is for the existence of other species. Before going to the importance of biodiversity, let me all tell you, ever since the earth has been formed and the species have evolved on this beautiful earth, I have given here a graph which starts from the Cambrian period up to the, this is the latest era, which after Cenozoic era, now it is the scientists have started calling this era, the present era, as the Anthropocene era. You must have studied as anthropogenic effects, that is the human effects. So this is the era where humans are flourishing. Okay, but if you go back in history, now this is the graph here is of biodiversity. You will see that in history it is called as the famous five, or that is the mass extinction events. Okay, this is the number of genera. How many? See, the number of genera also has kept on increasing, and today you see the number of genera is very high. The diversity is very high. But here you can see a fall. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is called as the mass extinction events. Extinction means it's an event where there is a rapid decrease in the biodiversity on Earth during the different era. Okay, so these were the era where you can see a lot of destruction or extinction of biodiversity that has happened. The oldest one, which you can see, is somewhere at the end of Ordovinian or the beginning of the Silurian extinction, it is called, which happened around 440 to 450 million years ago. During this time, 60 to 70% of all the species on Earth got killed. There are various reasons for all this. Some of them have estimated that it's mainly because of volcanism or anoxic conditions, or even movement of the supercontinent. Earlier, the continents were not in the way how you can see now. It was Gondwana, a large supercontinent, which started moving. So the tectonic plates moving must have caused this mass extinction. The second mass extinction happened around 374 million years ago, which is called as the late Devonian extinction. Here also around 70% of the species got killed during this time. Again, the reasons are again estimated because of asteroids hitting the earth, anoxic conditions, or sea level changes are all estimated to be the reasons. You have the third extinction event, which happened around 252 million years ago, and you can see the sharp decline. Okay, this is called as the Permian Triassic extinction event, 252 million years ago, and this is called as the Great Dying because at this time 90 to 96% of biodiversity got killed, or we lost around 95 to 96% of biodiversity from Earth. one of the important trilobite organism also became extinct during this time, 25 million years ago. So this is the highest compared to any other. That is why this is called as the Great Dying. Climate change, there was a catastrophe, there was volcanic eruptions, asteroids hitting the earth, and also the emission of greenhouse gases which started here is also estimated to be the reason for this event to happen. Okay. Followed by this, you have two more events. One is the 201 million years ago, that is the Triassic and the Jurassic extinction. Here also around 70 to 75% of the species got lost. If you remember the Jurassic era where the asteroid came and hit the earth, okay, that is a major reason. And lastly, you have the Cretaceous, Paleozoic or Cenozoic extinction, which happened around 65 to 66 million years ago. Here also around 75% of species became extinct from earth. So biodiversity, we have seen mass extinction because of various events. But what will be the condition during this Anthropocene era, which we call now, this is Anthropocene era? What will happen to the biodiversity? Will there be a flourishing? Will there be a decline? Or what will be happening to the biodiversity? We have to wait and see. But the problem is we are losing hundreds or thousand times higher. The extinction of species is happening at such a great level than the natural baseline data. Whatever is the natural baseline rate, hundreds to or even thousand times higher than that, we are losing almost every day. It is estimated in the United Nations meeting that 150 species of organisms we are losing every day. Okay, which is a great threat to biodiversity. We have come up with the International Union for IUCN, International Union for Conservation of Nature, has brought about a red data book where all the species which has been studied has been classified into various categories depending upon its risk, its availability, or whether it is in danger. And if you see that most of the species fall under this category, that is vulnerable, endangered, critically endangered. After this, it is the extinction risk. After that, they become extinct. So most of the species are in this risk category. Okay, and why are they in this category? We'll just see a few examples. Have you all heard of kelp forests? Anyone would like to answer? Have you all heard of kelps? Anyone knows? Either you can write it in the chat or you can unmute yourself. If you all have heard of kelps, Kelps.
Ma'am, underwater ecosystem.
It is underwater ecosystem, but what is a kelp? You are right. Kelps are found underwater. It's a very important ecosystem. I am going to tell you what is a keystone species because kelp is a keystone species. Okay, let me continue. Kelp is a large brown algae. Okay, and whatever these regions which is highlighted here, these are the regions where you can find the kelp forests. Okay, kelps is a large brown algae. It's other than the seaweed, and they form forests underwater. These are called underwater forests. Okay, and these kelps are very important from uh, human point of view. That is, if I say from the commercial point of view, we get a lot of products from kelps, like for example algin, and we use the products from kelps almost to everything. You can name from the morning toothpaste you use, the shampoo, the salad dressings, the puddings, the cakes. Take any dairy products, the frozen foods, or even pharmaceuticals. So all places, most of the our consumables, we have the components which we get from kelps. Okay, so kelps are very important from commercial point of view. From the ecosystem point of view, I'll be using this word which is called keystone species. Okay, so kelps come under keystone species. What does that mean? Now this is a kelp forest. Can you all see? It's a deep forest, and kelps, they are not rooted. They are found on a rocky bottoms, in the oceans. Okay, onto the rocky shore, they are held with the help of bulbous attachments, and you can see them growing upwards. They have very big blades like leaves. Okay, so you can see them almost, they come towards the tip of the surface of the water. So these are the kelp forests, underground forests in the oceans. It supports a lot of biodiversity. Just like we have the tropical rainforest, and you know that it supports a lot of biodiversity. The land forest only we know, but land is a very small part of the earth. Okay, oceans are very large, and these kelp forests, they support a huge amount of biodiversity in the oceans. Now here you see the place where you found the kelps, you don't find anything. But instead of that, you can see these purple structures. Anyone knows what is this? You must have studied in your pre-university biology, those who have taken. What are these spiny structures? Someone has put in that. Okay, sea urchins, correct. Okay, these are sea urchins. Sea urchins are also important, but now when I'm talking about the kelp forest, sea urchins feed on kelps. Okay, and they feed on kelps to such a great extent that there is no kelp forest. You can see only sea urchins. When they completely destroy the forest, and you see there is no other biodiversity. You know, forest is a very important ecosystem. It supports so many fishes, so many other organisms. But this sea urchin, it multiplies to such a great extent and it can destroy the complete kelp forest. Okay, but now here you have this is an example to show that sea urchin, they are very beautiful and they are also a delicacy in some areas. In America and the Northern America side, it is consumed in sausages and various other products. It has its own taste. I will not go to that. Now this is the kelp forest. These are the polyps, and see this is a beautiful animal. Can anyone identify this? Anyone? Which animal is this in the kelp forest? Any guesses? Nothing in the chat box. Okay. This is a sea otter. Otter. Okay, it's a beautiful animal, and these sea otters, they are the keystone species which protect the kelps. Kelp forest is a very important ecosystem, supports a huge amount of biodiversity, and this sea otter, it feeds on sea urchins. It helps to maintain or controls the population of sea urchins so that the kelp forest is maintained, and because of which the biodiversity of the kelp forest also will be maintained. So this sea otter controls the population of sea urchins, because of which you can see all the other species thriving in the kelp forest. I told you kelps, they are attached to the rocky surface, okay, and you can see them growing on top with huge blades and produces a lot of nutrients, and that supports a huge amount of biodiversity. Okay, so every species, now I spoke here about sea otter. Even if I talk about the sea lion, it has its own role. If I talk about red algae, it has its own role. Okay, some of them are very important to sustain the ecosystem, and they are called keystone species like the sea otter. You have the alligator, which is a keystone species. You also have the wolf, which is a keystone species. There are various stories for all of them. Okay, so this is for you to understand that biodiversity. If only this diversity is there, that ecosystem is living. Okay, I'll give you another example. What is this? Any guesses? I suppose you all should know this. You have a message, is it? Coral reefs, correct. Ria only is answering. These are coral reefs, and you see how colorful they are, and the biodiversity. It supports a huge amount of biodiversity, coral reefs. And coral reefs are marine invertebrates. These coral reefs, they are marine. Marine means in the ocean. Marine or marine, however you can pronounce it, they are invertebrates. They secrete calcium carbonate to form the hard exoskeleton. Okay, and they form these reef. They are the reef builders. Coral reefs, we call them. Okay, they are the polyps which secrete the calcium carbonate and prepare this exoskeleton. They are this coral reefs are highly nutritious regions, and coral reefs are one of the ecosystems with highest biodiversity, even higher than tropical rainforest. On land, we know tropical rainforest is having the highest biodiversity, but coral reefs have much higher biodiversity compared to even tropical rainforest. They support huge animals, different variety of animals. You can see the different types of species and different types of organisms which you can find here. But again, there is a threat. Now I'm coming to anthropogenic threat. These coral reefs are very, very delicate. A slight change even in the temperature of the water, a slight change in the pH of the water will affect the coral reefs. And as you all know, climate is changing, temperature is changing, and the sea water has also, the water temperature has also increased, and also pollution. Ismail, you have any question? Ismail Sahil has raised a hand, or by mistake? Ismail, do you have a question? No response. Anyway. So I was mentioning about the pollution effects, the rise in the temperature, and also the rise in the or alteration in the pH of the water. And when you see these changes happening, a slight, because I told you they are very delicate, with these slight changes happen, you will see that the coral reefs, they start getting bleached. You can see that color gets changed to green color, and finally that is also lost, and only the calcium carbonate you can see the skeleton, and you can see the biodiversity, it is decreasing. Okay, and finally you will see this is what remains: nothing, completely dead ecosystem, no organisms, no biodiversity you can see in the coral reefs. uh, Melvin, Binoy, you have raised hands, but students, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. Have you put in the chat box anything? No. Okay. So this is what you will see, how the coral reefs are affected because of anthropogenic activities and how the biodiversity is lost. Okay. Completely. Another example on the land, I give you two examples in the ocean. Honeybee, honeycomb. Are honeybees important for us? Can anyone say yes or no or why? What is the importance of honeybees for the ecosystem? SCR. What is their major contribution for ecosystem functioning? You can put in the chat box. Honey, yes, that is one of the product. But what is the contribution of honeybees for ecosystem, sustaining the ecosystem for other species? They are very essential. Honeybees pollinate. Absolutely correct. Honey wax is also, that is a product of honeybees, but pollination is very important. Okay, pollination by the honeybees. If you take the commercial crops, 70% of the crops, the plants across the world is pollinated by honeybees. Okay, but almost 90% of the commercial crops what we consume is because of honeybees, because if they do not pollinate, they carry the pollen from one flower to another flower, and that helps in pollination, and that is the basic or very essential for food production. Okay, they don't do it voluntarily, it is a part of their honey collecting process. But the world's food production, see, food is not only for humans, for all the other animals they need food, and the major contributor for that food production is this honeybees. Okay, honeybees also are under threat. There are different types of honeybees, and they are again very sensitive creatures. If you have a honeycomb near your house anywhere and you just want the honeybees to go away from there, just light a mosquito coil or even the agarbatti below the comb, and you will see that they'll just go away. They'll collect all the honey and they will just go away from that place. They are very, very sensitive. If you have honeycombs in a place, it shows the healthy environment. Okay, but use of insecticides are a bigger threat to honeybees, which will destroy the complete population of honeybees, and that will have a very adverse effect on food production. In the US, huge quantity of pesticides was used, and everywhere on the roads, everywhere you could find honeybees killed and dead. Okay, after this happened in a large scale, they had to import honeybees. Honeybees had to be imported because without which, there are various examples. You all can do the case studies with related to ecosystem functioning. There is an example in China where they killed all the sparrows. Videos also are available. You can see it. How they killed all the sparrows, thinking that sparrows were the reason for a reduction in their yield of paddy and other crops which they are growing. But after killing the sparrows, they realized that locusts multiplied in huge quantity and they destroyed all their fields. When sparrows were, after that only they realized that when sparrows were there, they were getting the crops. Sparrows were not the cause for decrease in their yield. Sparrows were the cause for the yield. And after this event, they imported sparrows from Russia to China. Okay, there are various examples like this, even in North America, where because of the use of pesticides, a particular butterfly, the blue butterfly, blue jay it's called, the large blue, got completely destroyed because one of the hosts for that butterfly take care of its chrysalis or the pupa is a red ant. Because of the use of pesticides, all the red ants got destroyed. So the red ants were not there, which affected the butterflies. So butterflies also got destroyed. Again, they had to import the red ants and the butterflies so that the pollination or the food production is not affected. Okay, human activities are affecting the animals and the birds in such a way that indirectly, only when we feel the pinch of it, we go for conservation or protection of this uh, wild species or the biodiversity. Various causes which affect all these species or the biodiversity is the major cause is deforestation, loss of habitat. A very good example I will tell you all further in Indonesia. So the spraying of insecticides, and we are using a lot of fossil fuels. Okay, which is a major cause for greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is where the sun's radiations are trapped within the Earth's atmosphere because we are increasing the amount of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide will trap the solar energy and temperature of the Earth will increase. So that is also an effect. If you see the rise in carbon dioxide level, see from 1960 it was 320 parts per million, the carbon dioxide level, and as the years are going there is no decrease. Carbon dioxide level is continuously increasing. It is almost reaching now, say 320 to 100 times more. 420 parts per million is the present carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere, and that is the reason the temperature of the earth is increasing, which we call as the global warming. All these are threats to biodiversity. Here you will see the temperature rise again from many years. The calculations has been, and see temperature is continuously raising as the greenhouse effect is increasing. Here is a graph which shows you the square kilometer, that is the quantity of ice, especially the North Pole and the South Pole. They are very important areas of where you have the ice, the fresh water is stored in the form of ice in the northern hemisphere and the North Pole, and in the Antarctica South Pole, the Arctic region, where the white ice reflects the sunlight, and that helps to maintain the temperature of the earth. But this ice, you can see million square kilometer is decreasing. Okay, every year in the month of September, I suppose they have taken an average September, and you can see that per decade 12.8% of ice is getting decreased. This is a big threat again, because you will see the ice getting melted, crashed, and that causes a rise in the sea level. Okay, that is one of the reasons the temperature will increase, because when ice is there is white in color, the sun's rays falling on it gets reflected. But when the water gets exposed, the water absorbs the radiation, and that increases the temperature, which causes further breaking down of the ice. So in this diagram, you will see that, see, this blue line shows this is the Arctic region. This much was ice. This is the Greenland. Okay, from 79 up to 2000, an average they have taken that at least 50% of the ice has been melted. So we are losing this very precious ice, this North Pole region, and even in the South Pole, the ice has to be maintained, and that helps to maintain the temperature of the earth also. I told you, if the water gets exposed, it gets heated up faster compared to ice, and this is a very important reservoir of fresh water. And if all this melts, the sea level will rise very high, completely melting of the ice. And here you will see the increase in the sea level, the sea height. See, the sea level is also slowly increasing over the years. Okay, uh, around the rate is around 3.3 millimeters per year, but as the quantity of ice melts more, this rate also increases. Okay, because of this climate change, you can see very clearly there is extreme climatic conditions. Some places is very very hot, some places it is raining cats and dogs. Okay, which we call this as extreme climatic conditions, is the effect of the climate change. So we can say very clearly climate has changed. Can anyone tell me what is climate? What is climate? Anyone? You can unmute and answer. No volunteers? What is weather? Is there any difference between climate and weather? Anyone knows? Okay, if there are no answers, let me continue. Weather is for a shorter duration. Okay, when you read a newspaper or you hear to a news on the TV channels, they always give you weather reports. It is maximum maybe fortnight. Okay, or today what is the weather, tomorrow what is the weather, weekly, or for a fortnight what will be the weather forecast. Okay, climate is for hundreds of years, maybe 100 years or 300, 500 years ago, what was the climate, how much was the rainfall, today how much is the rainfall, what was the temperature 100 years ago, 200 years ago, today what is the temperature of the earth, is there a change? Okay, that is climate. Over many decades or centuries, when you compare the seasons, the temperature, the rainfall. Okay, so today we see a rise in the temperature, improper rainfall. Okay, the rainfall pattern has changed, the quantity or the volume of also rainfall has changed. You see the extended period of rainfall and very heavy rainfall in some places and drought in other places. So that is climate change, where the temperatures have gone so high that people have started, we have experienced people dying of heat shock waves in many cities. See, in some places you have very cold area, see all cars, everything is been covered with ice. The sea levels have been increasing. There are a lot of hurricanes. These are all the effects of climate change or extreme weather conditions, where it has become so harsh that you can see here the flooding, all the roads, the railways, everything. And you already know now the news what is happening in Kerala, how heavy rains are destructing the life and how many people are under danger. floods in the cities. People have almost built houses till the brim of the rivers. Okay, on either side of the rivers, a large space should be left as a sponging area. It is a wetland area. Wetlands are the estuaries, they act as sponges, they hold the water. Even in Mangalore, on the way to from Ennapoya on the way to Mangalore, you see you get the Nedravati river, the bridge. On either side, that area is a wetland. It has to be left as it is. Okay, that area is essential because it holds the water, and once it holds the water, floods will not occur in the city, and also it prevents the hurricanes or the seawater from entering inside. So these estuaries, these wetlands, the river sides, they all are very essential that it has to be retained as it is. But people build houses, buildings, commercial complexes up to the brim of the river. Okay, and that is a major cause for all this floods that is happening. In some places, you have absolutely no rain, no water, drought, and this is the major cause. Whatever water you have on earth, whatever space you have on earth, whatever resources you have on earth, everything is limited. You cannot increase it. But one thing which is not controlled is human population. Every other species is controlled by some other species. There is a interaction. Every species, there is a natural control of the population. Humans, we are no predators, and that is why human population is multiplying by leaps and bounds. And in the last 4 years, it has increased to such a great level that any moment, you just know now the coronavirus, how it has affected and how many 3 million people around the world have died. A small virus. Any such outbreaks can happen where the human population can just get washed away. In the biodiversity, one of the dangerous species or a threat to other species is this human species. And we call ourselves as Homo sapiens. You know the meaning of the word Homo sapiens? Sapiens means in, wise, intelligent. We call ourselves wise. How can we be wise if we are destroying ourselves? A wise species should protect everything. We are destroying humans as well as all the other species. We are polluting the world, and we call ourselves as sapiens. See, this is an example where in Indonesia, you have an island called Borneo, Borneo. Okay, it's a tropical rainforest. Indonesia, Malaysia, Burma, India, these are all very important ecosystems. See, this is the tropical rainforest, and how systematically the forest is being destroyed to grow one of the commercial crop, that is palm, PALM. Palm is grown for the extraction of palm oil. Palm oil again is used in any product. You start from your toothpaste to any of your commercial. If you go to a supermarket, all your packed stuff, at least 50% of that contains palm oil. So it's a very important commercial crop. And to grow this commercial crop in Borneo, 85% of the world's palm oil supply is from Indonesia, from Borneo. And that is why they're destroying the rainforests. You cannot get rainforests. It's very, very important. So this is Borneo. In 1950, see the amount of greenery that was there, and now how much is there. And one of important species is living in Indonesia. Anyone knows about that species? Any guesses or anyone knows about it? There is a big threat to that species which is living in the Indonesia region in Borneo. There were many videos, newspaper headlines about that species. It is under great threat. It comes under our ape family only, our closest relative. Not very close, but our relative. Any guesses? You can put in the chat box or unmute yourself and answer. Monsoon. I'm asking about the species. A species which. Rizwan, you have an answer? Okay.
No, ma'am.
It is not chimpanzee, little more closer. Not elephant. Elephant is our relative of what, Sana? Ape is a common name. It has got Raj and Nu is tiger, our relative. This animal has got red hair. Very good. Who is this? Orangutan. That's right. Who said that? Srirag. That is the right answer. Orangutans. They are found in Indonesia. They are that is their habitat. That is their home. Okay, and a lot of videos were available. You can see it on YouTube also, where these orangutans, which are in these forests, they are arboreal species. That means they live only on the trees, and see how their forests are getting destroyed. And the videos which I told you are available, where they go and orangutan was fighting with the bulldozer, like trying to prevent it from destroying their home. To that level, these species, wild animals, had to go and fight with the machine, thinking that that machine is destroying. It was really heart touching video. Okay, just for palm oil. For palm oil, we are destroying this tropical rainforest. Different types of pollution you would have heard. See, this is light pollution. We only know about the species or the animals during daytime, which we see around us. Okay, but majority of insects, majority of any other group of animals, they all are nocturnal. Nocturnal means they come out at night. They all are active at night. You can see even wild animals also, they hunt at night. Okay, they all are nocturnal species. You have the bats, you have the owls, you have many other insects mainly have. Okay, and this light is a big pollution for birds, especially migratory birds, and it's a big pollution for the animals, for them to come out. Anyway, here there are no plants, but you can see this light even from space. Satellite images show in US and all, 24 hours there is light. They do not switch off light at all. Okay, we have heard of air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, then came noise pollution, and also there is light pollution. This is also an important contributor for loss of species. Then you have lot of pollution. Plastic, the major cause, okay, which is made by humans, and these plastics are spread everywhere. You see the birds feeding on them, you can see cattle feeding on them, so many animals die, so many, every day thousands of birds die because of plastic pollution. The albatross, one of the largest birds which you can see, the eggs are not getting hatched, and these birds, they are living in an island where there is no human habitation. If you go to the ocean, you have so many small islands where there is no human habitation, but plastic is there. The plastic has affected so much that the stomach of the birds has become hard, and because they take in plastics whenever they eat food, plastic is entering into them. You can see batteries inside their stomachs, you can see the caps of the bottles in their stomach. There's huge quantity of plastic. Birds are also dying, and the plastic has affected the health in such a way that the eggs are not stable, the shells have become delicate, the shells are not hatching, so new young ones are not coming. So again, completely we may lose so many varieties of birds. They may completely become extinct because of plastic pollution. And also the plastic nets which are left off in the oceans. Okay, these birds, who will go and save them? They only starve and die. You can see that plastic cover around it. Okay, it has just starved and died, not because of no food. See, because of the shell, this tortoise has got stuck. It has also starved and it has died there. Who will help this crab to come out of this? So this was just an example, but there's a paper here by Alexander Pyron who says we don't need to save endangered species. Extinction is a part of evolution, which I showed you in the beginning, mass extinction events. It's a natural phenomenon. Even during the great dying, which I mentioned to you all, which happened during the Permian Triassic extinction, where 96% of the biodiversity we got lost. 96% is a huge number. Almost all species on Earth we got lost. Okay, In spite of that, after around 10 million years, again the biodiversity came. It's a natural process. Extinction is a part of evolution. But the only creatures we should go out of our way to protect all the biodiversity are the wisest, that is the Homo sapiens, which is a threat to all the other species on Earth. In the United Nations Climate Change Conference, they have come up with a lot of strategies for conservation of many things, and you all must have heard of this, the Sustainable Development Goals, where you have water protection, clean water, and you also have this climate action. But all these see come at the end, life below water. First is poverty, hunger, but they should understand that without this, none of these will exist. Okay, life on land. Okay, so there are around 17 goals, sustainable development goals, which has been developed by the UN nations, and hopefully they want to achieve all this by 2030. India is also contributing to this, and we hope unless and until every individual contributes, none of this can be achieved. Okay. So this was my small attempt to make you all understand how important is biodiversity, and every one of us should realize that Earth does not belong to us. We belong to Earth. We are a part of all other species on Earth. Okay. With this, I conclude my presentation. Now we can have discussion or any questions you all want to ask me. Any questions from you all students? I would like to answer. If you don't want to unmute and ask, at least put up in the chat box. At least tell me whether you all like the session or not. You can put at least yes or no. Did you all like the session? Vaishnavi, yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm getting a few yeses. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope you all have just got a very small glimpse of what is biodiversity and how important they are. Thank you, students. I'm happy that you all like the session. But at least continuation of this. Whenever you see any species, just give some importance to it. Okay, every species on Earth has its value, and we should not claim that we are the most intelligent species, because we have the earthworms which are there on this soil from much before even humans came here. The cockroaches are also the oldest species. We call ourselves engineers, but the world's best engineers are the earthworms which maintain the soil. Because if you take a spoon of soil, you have maybe some 10 million thousands of bacteria and microorganisms which are very essential. And I have not mentioned much about microorganisms in my slide because we don't see them, we don't give importance to them. What happened, Katija? But these non-visible, these microorganisms are very essential, and they are the one which bring about this decomposition process. They are the one which recycle the nutrients, without which life would not continue. You must have studied about biogeochemical cycles, how the even oxygen, we take oxygen, we give out carbon dioxide, plant take it. It's a cyclic process, and in the soil we have these microorganisms which do all this process. Okay, we can conserve water, we can grow plants, all these things we can do, but once we lose soil, everything is gone. Soil is the basis of life. Life starts from the soil, it goes back to the soil. Katija, you have any question? Okay, uh, I don't see any other questions in the chat box. Srijana madam, can I wind up with this?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you
thank
so
you.
much, ma'am. And as a regard of gratitude, I have a very good quote by Dalai Lama. The roots of all goodness lies in the soil of appreciation, which will really suit with the content and the topic that ma'am has shared with all of us. I'd like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Bhagya B Sharma for raising our awareness about the mass extinction events, the conversation of biodiversity, sustainable use of its components to also preserve the diversity of species. So, on behalf of our institute, the Enepoya Institute of Arts, Science, Commerce, and Management, along with our beloved principal, Dr. Parvadavadini ma'am, Vice Principal, Dr. Sharina P., and myself, Srijana, we would like to thank you so much, ma'am, for giving a lot of information with regard to all the species. Thank you once again, ma'am. And thank you
Thank you.
again, students, for interacting in the entire session.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thank you, students, also. Bye.
Dear students, the next session will start at 11 o'clock. That is by Mr. Joel P. Joseph. He will be here at 11 o'clock and the session will start at 11 o'clock here. So please have a small break and come back at 11 o'clock. I don't want you all to leave the session. It will be in the same session link. So please do come back. Feedback link, yes, I do have. I'll just share it to you all here. And the ones who are viewing it in the YouTube, the link will be shared to you all. And in the afternoon session, you will also be having another link, which is the overall link that will be shared to you all. So please see to it that you answer both the links. Okay, you give your response in both the links. So this is one link of the present session, and the overall link will be given in the afternoon session. And also to give you a highlights on the sessions today, as one session got over, 11 to 12 will be the second session by Mr. Joel P. Joseph, Assistant Professor, the Enepoya Deemed to be University. And also the next session, that is the third session, will be in the afternoon at 2 o'clock. So have a small break and come back, students. Thank you once again.
morning, dear students.
Good morning, sir.
We will be starting within a while. We will be starting the session.
Good
I
morning,
request
sir.
everybody to wait for a while. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Can somebody acknowledge me whether I'm audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will be having a session related to Rotaract as well as Rotary. So we have with us PHF Rotaractor Daryl Stephen D'Souza. He hails from Mangalore and he is currently the DRR of the Rotaract Club of Mangalore or the district of Mangalore. So he'll introduce you more about what is Rotaract and how it will benefit you as being a student. And also, we have a Rotaract Club in our institution. So how it will benefit you, he will be speaking more about this in this particular session. So I welcome you, sir, on the behalf of the principal, the staff, and all the students. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, Mr. Daryl.
Yeah, thank you, Mervin, the club advisor, for introducing me and giving me this opportunity. So, good morning, everyone, and hope everyone is safe and happy at their places. So, we will start. What is Rotaract? What is the part in our life? Does it plays? So, tell you, we are all youngsters. We are in the age of around 20s to 25s, and that is a crucial age what we need to concentrate and we need to work on. So this is the age right time to show your skills, to showcase your talents and build a future and to bring some changes in the society. So we have a lot of dreams and things to accomplish in life, but when we see the smiles on the faces, that brings a new joy in our hearts as well as in our minds. So Rotaract is a platform for all the youngsters. So basically, we have a age group of 18 to 30 years. So what we do, what is Rotaract? How it will help me. So this is all for you all for a short time. So I will take 15 to 20 minutes of your time. So please listen to it carefully, and you will get a lot of inputs. And I am sure I have got a lot of benefits, and you will also get that benefits in your life. So we will start. Create, lead, and inspire others. So we should have a vision in our life. So we all have vision in our life. So that is what we are here to. So so it is important, and we need to go as per our vision. So all you have one vision. So you might be having a vision to accomplish something great in your life, to become someone uh, that you are inspired to, or you are motivated, or you are dedicated to do something great. So that is one thing which all we have to think on. Next slide. Yeah, can you change the next slide, please? Yeah, exploring different avenues. What are avenues? So we are in this world, we have to explore different avenues. What are different kinds of avenues we see around us? So we see a community around us, we see friends around us, we see different international like countries around us. So Rotaract gives you a platform to have this connects in your life. So how you can connect? So first is your club. You have a lot of members in your club. I know Yanapaya Club has started in October 2018, which is one of the dynamic and vibrant club of our district. That is 3181. And what is this 3181 called? Why and how many districts are there? We have 4 revenue districts. That is Dakshina Kannada, Madikeri, Mysore, and Chamarajnagar. So we have a lot of youngsters, like 1,600 protractors in this, and all have the goals to achieve, and everyone has their own vision and mission to do in their clubs. So we have a small thing. So we have club service. So one avenue is club. So you have young road tractors. You can plan the trips, you can celebrate the birthdays, you can have many more activities in the club. When it comes next, that is community, which is around us, which we are working prominently to bring some changes. So that is the second one. So that is the community development. And the third one is international, to get connected with different parts of the country. We have 188 countries a part of road track, and you can be connected anywhere. And if you are going to other cities also, you can visit the road track clubs and get to know more about it. So after that is the professional, and what we are into professional development. That is, you are into professional course and you have your own profession. So we, as a road tractor, give a lot of importance to different professions, where we get to interact different people and to know more about them. Next slide. Yeah, why to join road tractor? What is the importance of road tract in our life? So everyone needs fellowship or friends. We want to party, we want to enjoy. So it is a right platform for you. So I am also a youngster like you who has a lot of connects with different parts. So we have around 44 districts in all South Asia, and we are connected globally as well. Globally, we have around 360 plus districts, and we can be connected to this 360 parts, and where we can have a lot of interaction. And friends are very important. You need to have party, enjoy. This is a time to enjoy, right time. So that is road track gives you a platform or ways to enjoy. Next is professional growth or development, which is very important in our life, to know what is going on in and around and what is the right choice for us. So you have to be to know each other well. You have to connect with each other. So road track gives you a platform to know each other. So today I know few of them who are connected here, Vaishnavi and many more, and which I want you can use your chat box as well. So which is the one thing which gives you more fun or joy? It might be your spending your time with the family, with your friends. So you can use your chat box here and let me know what are your. I think Mervin can read some of if anyone is typing in the chat box. Okay.
Sure, Darren.
Yeah, thank you. So then next is personal growth and development. We all are in this phase of life where we have to develop ourselves, our skills, what I have told earlier. And next thing is leadership development. We have different positions, different roles and responsibility as a leader, and different things to execute. You might have a club plan, you might have a different plans. So when you have a plan, you can execute things easily. So as a plan, you need to execute this. So you will grow your leadership, and you will be very having that fun of leadership skills which can be developed among yourself. And next thing is the entertainment, what do we look for? So usually we have the entertainment programs, which I'll be talking in the next slide, which is very important for a youngster like me and like you to enjoy life in this time. So which is very crucial and which is very important for us. And what we usually have, we have events which gets connected with our own passion and dedication, and which gives us fun. So we have cricket, we have DJ nights, we have parties, we have other events where we get to know. We have conclaves where we know each other well, who have achieved something in their life. That is what. So next thing is opportunity to serve the society. That is one of the important thing, where we have some plans to. We think this is not right, this is not the correct thing what someone is doing, but we want to change. That is what we youngsters can build and bring some changes, which it's very important to bring some changes in the society. You feel this is not right, this is not good, so you as a group can team up, come up with the idea and a solution for the problems in the society. Next. Yeah, making the most out of what you get. What is the benefit out of road tractor? So, what is a benefit? Professional or networking. You have different. See, today I have connected with the Mervin. I have connected with different people. So I know Vaishnavi here. I know Prajna. So there are many people. So I have known you. I have seen you. So has a road tractor you connect with the different people or different what youngsters. So we have this club mainly to develop your networking and the skills that which you want in your day to day life. That is one thing. And what is next? That is cultural awareness. What we bring is, so we bring different awareness programs and other events for you all. So we have sports, district sports. We have district cultural, district events, district conclave, district different events, which I will be talking in the next slide. So that is one thing which we look up for. So fun with the services, which is the main motto of Road Tractor. When you connect with this young prospective minds, so then only you can know what is your interest, what is your goal, and you can work towards it. Now you might have done some small achievements in your life, so to convert it into big achievements you can sum up with others and you can do great things. So road tractor is one platform where I got this opportunity, and today I am the uh, representative of our district where 1600 road tractors are involved, and where 1600 active road tractors are day to day life. They are bringing some changes in the society and bringing some good activities and good fun events for us and for you all. So for that you have to await and you have to just to know that club. You have to join the club initially, and I have seen road track club of NFI institution, which has done a lot of activities last year also, and a lot of events which were one tremendous one in the district. And next thing is occasional skills. What is occasional skills? Occasional skills are the skills which you uh, tend to develop by knowing each other, by knowing the perspective of the club, and doing great things. So occasional skills are you get to know people and to develop the skills. Now, for example, you have an event in your club. So when you join a club, you get to know people, you organize things, you bring it to an execution. So that time you will be in that platform where you develop your skills, and tomorrow you can take up that initiative at your places and at your homes, and you can develop that skills, and you can take that skills for your lifetime. And next thing is, what is the next thing? So it is like you have developed everything. Now it's speaking skills are very important. When you go to an interview, they'll ask you questions. They'll ask you some uh, basic questions. What, tell me about yourself. But this is a platform where it will give you an opportunity to develop that skill. Public speaking skills are very important, and where you get an confidence to develop the skills time to in your time and in your day to day activities. Next. Yeah, what are the events? What Rotract does? Why we have to join Rotract? This is important. So I told you benefits. So what are the events? So Rota business networking meet. We have business people. Rotary has all the business class people who have well versed in their own fields. So we have Road Track Business Connect. We give the entrepreneurs a chance to develop themselves, to develop their skills, to develop some small ideas or the thoughts to change into a reality and to work in their day-to-day life. So I am also an entrepreneur. So I too got into some Rotary, and Rotary has given me the opportunity to develop my business. So if you have any of your ideas, you can convert it into the business platform or business scale. So scale up your plan, and you can connect with Rotary and Rotract and develop your business. Second thing is Rota Trek. So trekking we do yearly. We have trekking. You can see the picture. So there is a middle picture where we trekked last time to a place in Kurg. So we trek. We go to Himalayas. We go to different places. Manali, Simla. So we have a yearly 1 or 2 treks taking place, and you can be a part of this. This is a fun activity. There is totally 2 days fun, and where we get a nominal discounts for this also. So there are discounts, and you can be a part of this. And next is Rota camping trip. We did a trip last time, so we did a trip at Moodbidri, and it was very wonderful. So this year also we are planning for it. See, you can see a trip in the last picture on the top. So we do trips, we have fun activities. So it is having an collaboration, and it is an international organization. So people connect with us, and we have lot of activities, not only in the club as well as in the district and internationally as well. There is an event called Rotatia. So there are more than 1,000 people from almost 7 countries: Pakistan, Sri Lanka, India, Bhutan, Nepal, and other places come and be a part of this wonderful program. And we have a youth festival every year going to take place under Rotract. So Rotract gives a platform for the youth to connect, exchange their ideas, to speak out what is they are thinking about the society, and what are the things which we need to change. We have all the prominent people from all over the globe attending this. And last year we had a youth festival that was in USA, and you can be a part of it also if you are able to travel. So we have usually this events taking place, and that is an fabulous events and international events where you get for a nominal for $500 to $1,000. So when you go and spend so much in USA, it will be $5,000 to $6,000, where road tractors get at 10% or 20% of the cost. So this is one event where road tractors can be a part. Last few years back, it was in Nepal, it was in Sri Lanka. So then, as a road track conference, we have a district. We have 4 revenue districts comes under that. I told you 1,600 road tractors are a part of it, and 1,600 road tractors uh, bring some new thoughts, new ideas to reality. And we have this conference coming up where we have a cultural program. We have Mr. and Miss reality shows. We have the DJ nights. We have all the partying, and recently we did DJ night virtually because of this pandemic. So we have a lot of activities in the monthly basis. So this month, day after tomorrow, we are having a cricket tournament with 5 districts where more than 250 players come to play this, and are a part of this event. So it will be in Mysore. So 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. If anyone is there, you can be a part of it. And why this organization is so important? Why? So you might have a thought, why I need to join? Why is this so important? So as a youngster, I have something dreams in my life, something changes, something to achieve in my life. But we want the support of each and everyone. We want the connects, we want the networking. So when this happens, only we can develop our skills, our talents, and our growth is in the future of our country as well. So growth of the country is in our future. And so for this, road tract and Rotary, Rotary is a parent organization where it sponsors road tractors for different events, and we have this fellowship programs. You have known different scholarships, and road tract also gives different scholarships for the young talents who have achieved greater success in their own career. So we have this coming up. So this is every year we have this taking place. Every year we provide scholarships for more than 200 or 300 members. in our international platforms, and you can be. And if anyone sees to get admission in the international universities for their peace scholarship, you have seen ambassadors of different countries, and Rotaract has given this platform for them to develop themselves and to become a great ambassador. So Rotaract has also changed the minds. You have seen polio. Eradication of polio was taken up by Rotary in the year 1985, and today India is polio free because of one initiative taken by. And we have 7 areas of focus, that is maternal and child health care, environment. We have sanitation and healthcare. So there are different areas of focus where we focus, and if you want to become a member of Rotaract, you can connect with me or connect with your faculties or your club advisor, that is Mervin. So he will help you out in this. And when you become and when you get this experience, I will tell you it is a life changing experience, because I have this experience for more than 4 to 5 years. This has changed myself. Today I am standing before you. Before I used to be scared to talk to people, but today this is a platform, right platform for you and for me to develop ourselves and develop our skills. So use this right platform and be a great rotractor and help to bring changes in the society. Wishing greater success in your future endeavors, and all the best for all your activities in the future. Thank you.
Yes, DRR Daryl D'Souza, thank you so much, sir. Sir, I have few questions to you. So, if you can address this question to the student, they will know a little more about the Rotaract. So, first question is that Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact. There are three different things in one particular umbrella. So, could you tell in short that Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact about this to our students?
Yes, I'll tell you. See, Interact is basically for the higher, like the age group of 12 to 18 years. That is basically we will be in higher secondary or a secondary education. Most probably we will complete. So 12 to 18 years, and this is basically a platform for to change interactors to rotractors, where they will get a basic idea what is a club and what is their benefits. So that is a basic one. Then it comes road tractors. It's a youth power, young and energetic. So I see a lot of youngsters here spending their time for this great cause. So I have seen many people joining and bringing a lot of changes. If you today go and search in Instagram or social media handles, there are a lot of clubs. You can see a lot of activities happening. So road track is basically for 18 to 30-year youngsters. To the basic motto is to develop leadership skills and professional skills. So this is basically, and for senior, when a rotractor turns up and makes his mind to become a Rotarian, and he has some financial support, and he has his own funds to be raised. That time we have Rotary coming into picture. So Rotary is basically, now they have removed the age limit. It has been 22 plus, and Rotaract above upper age limit. But basically 18 to 30 years is for Rotaract, and above 30 years is for Rotary. Rotary does and gives funding for different activities, because they collect funds as they are in the business scale or in their professional uh, what we call in their own profession they earn, and they contribute some amount. But for road tractors it is free of cost, which they get this platform, and when they utilize it, it will be a greater change in their life. This is what interact road tract and rotary is.
Yeah, thanks a lot, sir. You have explained very well about Rotary, Rotaract, and Interact. Now, to add on to that same question, I have one more question. We have in Rotaract, there is an institutional based IB and CB clubs. So, could you stress on this particular point in detail, sir? IB and CB.
Yeah, I will tell you. There are two parts in road tract, that is institution based club and community based club. When we are in the institution, and institution as the club, that is called institution based club, and the institution based club has only restrictions when students are in the institution, they can be a part of the club. And when they move out of it, we have a community based club. Institution based club, it is only for the students of that institution. When it is a community based club, for example, we have Rotary Club of Moodbidri, Rotary Club of Mangalore City, and many other clubs. So what Mysore East, in Mysore, everywhere there are community based club. But when it comes to a community based club, you can be a part of the club, and we have diversity. What we call as diversity, different professions come together and form this club. In your institution, you have BCom, BBA, BBM, and other students coming up. So it is only for this particular profession. But when it comes to a community based club, you will get to know a lot of people, and we have a lot of clubs here. And community based club is an exposure to you to develop your skills, to interact with other people and know other people in the society. So community based clubs are there, many are there. Once you complete your institutional studies, and when you come out, and you can be a member of the community based club for sure. And institution based club is a fun and a small family where you get to know people inside your institution, and a lot of activities happen, and fun activities and trips, any lot of activities I have seen happening last year also. Due to pandemic, I think it was restricted for some extent, but this year I think you can have a lot of activities, and we are planning for a lot of international activities where youngsters like you and me can bring a lot of fun activities in place. So this is road tract is basically for fun and fellowship. So it was started basically for fun and fellowship. uh, Small story I'll tell you for 1 minute. So Paul Harris, a person called Paul Harris in 1905, visited a park. He was sitting in a park. He felt lonely. Why am I alone? There are a lot of people, 250, 300 people in and around me, but I don't know anyone. That is was his thought. Why can't I interact? Why can't I develop this skills of having this professional connect, that is networking? Why can't I have? So he started this Rotary movement. Today we are connected, and this is a connectivity where you can develop your uh, global connectivity. It is not only in India, it is 180 plus countries. Rotract is there, and we have Rotract, more than 2.5 lakh protractors and all over the globe. So you can connect. You have my Rotary portal website. So if you go there, you can find a lot of clubs, cycling club. You can find whatever dance club. There are 188 plus clubs. You can pay a small penny like $3 or $5, become a member of this club and be a great rotractor. So this is what I feel. And institution-based clubs and community-based clubs, it is once you graduate from your institution and you can join any of the clubs. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, sir, for explaining very clearly about international movement also. Actually, my next question was that related to Rotract International, and also you addressed related to Rotatia, which has 7 countries you explained and all. So now, as being a student, we will speak in the point of institutional based club. If a student is enrolling for the Rotract club in the institution, how he can connect or how he can be a part of all these events, and what are the benefits or how he can be developed when he goes in the for the interviews in future. And I have heard also from so many Rotractors and Rotarians saying that when they go for an interview, there might be a person who is a Rotarian or a Rotractor who can be taken their interviews. So, what is the benefit when the student is going to them and giving the interview with the Rotractor? So, could you explain about this in short, sir? This is the last question from my side.
Yes. Okay. I will explain you first the international activities. So international activities we have called a multi-district information organization. So it is basically of the different districts. I told you districts are basically some parts. So in Karnataka we have 5 to 6 road tract or rotary districts. So that is one part. They have given some areas, and that is being a part. So this all districts form the MDIOs, or we have certain MDIOs. For India, there is one MDIO coming up. So we have this MDIO taking the charge for all the international events. So Rhodesia is one such event. where 1,000+ road tractors come for this event, attend this event. So there are a lot of international road tractors coming from Pakistan, Bangladesh. This is in South Asian event, South Asia, Nepal and Bhutan. We have different Andaman, Nicobar Islands. We have this side Sri Lanka, India. So 7 countries altogether be a part of this event. So once you get to know this event, there is Mr. and Miss Rhodesia, one thing. So then we have cultural training programs, we have seminars, we have entertainment programs, we have different events taking place. This is a 4-day event. This year also we have in Chennai. So the venue is 3 or 5 star hotels, and after that, the minimum budget of this program is about 50 to 70 lakhs of budget is there. So we are only giving a small registration fees of 5,000 plus GST. Now it is 6,000 plus GST. That is which when you go to a 5 star hotel, you know what is the charges for one day of your stay or something like that. So this people, what they charge is about 20 to 25% they charge, and they collect the sponsorships. So when you go to this events, you will get a 3 star stay. You can relax yourself. You can chill with the other road tractors. You have travels to different places. One day travel is there. One day total entertainment with DJ party is there. One day you have a conclave, seminars, and other Sadhguru is coming, and different international figures, not like Kiran Bedi, Sadhguru, and many people will come and interact and have an talk with you, which is not basically it's not possible from us to attend at our small this. When you go to, for example, I have been to different sunburn parties and all. It is not possible to have in Mangalore. So we have to attend it in a different place, and we have to pay the registration. Similarly, Rotation is one platform where you will get to know all the international figures, where you can interact, you can ask your questions, you can have this blend of all these activities for 4 days in the Rotation. This is what is short Rotation. Rotation this year we have in Chennai from March 3rd to March 6th. So everything, when you go to the location, then everything will be managed by the host. You need not worry. So when you pay the small amount, you will have a big package to enjoy. So that is about Rotation and other. So we have South Asian summits. We have different activities coming up. Every month we have a gathering. So last month it was in Surat. There was a gathering, international gathering. If you have time, you can be a part of it, where you will pay 3 to 4,000. So your budget package is about 20 to 25,000. So which they spend on you, but they charge a small amount from you as a registration fees. Rest they sponsor from their parent or their other organizers. And next thing is about Rotarians taking your interview. Similar thing, I work in an I have my own business, and I work in an MNC right now. So I have felt this, and I have got 3 to 4 of the interview from the Rotarians, like the references. This time, all the MNCs are looking for the reference based candidates. So 90% and 10% is directly they come to your institution, and you get placed in the uh, good companies. This is what. So most of the time, I have been talking to many of the consultants who are a part of Rotract or Rotarian, and most of them are placed in a good company due to their connectivity. Today, if you ask me, I can give you 10 or 12 options where our Rotarians are vice president of a company, or is into consultation, or is a head HR of that company. So I can give you some good references where our Rotarians are doing very good, excellent work. So we have Rotarians who have taken up some interview, but sometimes they give you a reference kind of thing. When you go and interact, for example, we have my own chairman, Dr. B Devdas, who is a HOD in Kanachur. So he has helped a lot of young road tractors to get into MBBS. And if you have any of the doubts, if you want to clear the exam, he has helped the road tractors to clear the exam. So a few road tractors, I can give you some examples who are in our club who have got good result due to his some benefits. So that is what is a benefit of Rotract. When you get into this organization, this is an international organization first. Second thing is it is a global organization which you get it for free of cost. You are not paying anything, my dear friends. You're not paying. You have might club is spending a lot of amount on you. Rotarians are spending a lot of time and amount. This you have to take it very seriously, and you have to tell tomorrow I will be a leader. I will bring some changes. I will bring a lot of activities. If you want any help, you can connect with me. I can give you a lot of insights how to bring fun activities, how to host a DJ night, how to have parties. This is all for fun. Rotrack is a fun learning experience. So you can get the opportunities from the Rotarians also to take your interviews and to be placed in the good companies.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. You have addressed all the questions which I have already asked you. Now it's the time for the students. I hope one or two questions we can attend. So, any students have any question related to Rotary, Rotract, or whatever sir has spoken about? We are taking two questions. First two questions. So, anybody has any question, we will address it.
If you have no questions, I will move on. So, what is there is two options. You have understood everything, or some might be in a mute mode also. So there are two options. One is in mute mode, or one you have completely understood. And one thing I basically tell the youngsters: this is the right time to enjoy, have fun, connect with other road tractors. In a sense, have a global networking. So when you have a global networking, anything is possible. And any help you require, there are a lot of youngsters to help you out. Now, last week I had been in Goa. I was called as chief guest for one of the Dandiya nights. I was in Bangalore. I was called for. So this is an opportunity to connect and know people. In Goa, I met 300 plus road tractors. In Bangalore, I met around 150 plus road tractors. So this is a global networking platform where you will know each and every road tractor, and every road tractor is in their professional career where they are in search of job or in search of amples of opportunities are there, and you can get these opportunities only when you join, when you become a part of this organization, and when you utilize this platform. So I wish you utilize this for your good professional development, leadership development, and all throughout your career in this top institution in Bangalore. So when you utilize this platform, it will be an life-changing experience, and which will be a good uh, value-added experience in your life. So I request each and everyone who have attended here, who are a part, to become a road tractor, convert your some leadership skills into professional skills and vocational skills as well. So develop this, and the right attitude will lead you to right success. So develop this attitude of learning each and every day in your life, and be a good citizen of India. Thank you.
Sir, I saw somebody raise the hand. I don't know whether it is for question. Mohammed Nuaman. Mohammed Nuaman. You have any question? If any question, you can ask.
Oh, sir.
No question. Okay. So now, sir has spoken all about the Rotract, Rotary, and Interact, all about this. So we have this Rotract club, as already sir has been addressed about this statement saying that we have Rotract club in our college, which is started in 2019 October. So we are successfully running, and there are many students who have joined this club. There is an opportunity for you, the students who have joined first year to Yanapaya Institute of Art, Science, Commerce and Management, to join to the various clubs. We have NSS, we have Environ Club, we have Rotract Club, and we have Literary, Culinary, and many other clubs we have. So any one of the club you can go and you can join to this club. Before that, we may have one more session for the club activities, what we are doing in our clubs, what are the activities we have done already in the past 2 years. We will be addressing about it in the upcoming sessions. So I hope there is no more question, because sir has already addressed each and everything very clearly. So I thank Mr. Daryl D'Souza, the DRR of Rotract 3181 district. So we thank you, sir, on the behalf of the principal, vice principal, and all the staff and the students. Heartfelt thanks to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Marvin, for this opportunity. And wishing success for your club and in the future endeavors. Thank you. I remain yours in Rotract. Signing off. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dear students, there will be a second session which is starting within 5 minutes. You can take your break, a short break of 11. Its time is 11:45. You can take the break up to 11:50. 5 minutes of break, and I request you to be back within 5 minutes. The next speaker is already ready for the session. I request you to be back within 5 minutes. Thank you so much. Take care.
So good morning, students. So today my name is Kelp Joseph, and I'm the faculty of the Department of Food Science and Nutrition here. So today I will be having a talk on topic weight management. So as of everybody know that weight management, it's a phrase used to both the techniques and underlying physiological process that contribute to a person's ability to attain and maintain a certain weight. It's weight management in the sense not only just to reduce your weight. It means that you should achieve your ideal weight. It should increase. Somebody will be underweight or somebody will be overweight. So the weight management in the sense it is denoted to maintain a healthy weight. So if you are underweight, you should gain your weight. If you are overweight, you should reduce your weight to the ideal weight. So why weight management is important to us? So first of all, we can see in the slide that health and overall well-being. So if you are not having an ideal weight to our body, our health and overall well-being won't be in a proper way. So if you are underweight, that means you want your ability, you are lacking of energy, you are lacking of many important nutrients, you are lacking of proteins. That means your body's metabolism is not happening properly. Your body is not working properly, and many of the ability won't be working properly. So many issues will be there. Same like that only. If you are having obesity, also that will also lead to several health problems. So most of the obese people will be having a health problem related to heart. Most of them will be ending up with diabetes, also liver cirrhosis. So overweight is also harmful for you. Even underweight is also harmful for you. So there is an ideal weight for every individual that you should maintain for your health and overall well-being. So if when you are in your ideal weight, that you will be more active, you will be physically more, will be having more ability to do work, to perform work than anyone. Those who are having, those who are obese and those who are underweight. So, for example, what we can see is if you look into a person, athletic person, so they will be very fit. So, a person who is very fit to his body and a person who is obese and person who is underweight, if they run, so obviously the person who is very fit will win, because the person who is obese will be get exhausted very soon, and at the same way the person who is underweight also will get exhausted. So that your well-being and your health won't be proper if you are underweight or overweight. Also, this weight management is very important for preventing the diseases. So even if you are underweight or overweight, so both the condition your immunity is not working properly. That means when you are underweight, you are missing out many important nutrients, vitamins, minerals. Your immunity won't be working properly. Your antibodies you are lacking of antibodies. You won't be having proper hemoglobin in your blood. You will be anemic. You will be having protein energy malnutrition. The same way, when you are obese, also your body is containing more of fat. That will be disturbing when your blood transport system. Even that will be having issues with your liver, kidney. So when you're obese, your all organs will be working more harder. So that will also create chances of getting disease. So when you are physically fit and when you are having your ideal weight, then only you are getting better immunity or better disease prevention. Also, the next point is weight management is very important for competitive sports or training. So you know that we are having many athletes in our India, all over the world. We are conducting all Olympics and national games and all. So we also almost all athletes are very fit and they are having very ideal body weight. So those who are underweight or overweight are not able to perform very well in the sports or training. So even it is very important for the looks. So we know that how a person will be looking if he is obese and if he is underweight. So that it also being in ideal body weight also gives you a good look also. So also this weight management will give you a self confidence. So the weight management is nothing but it's a constant war. It is happening between the food you love to eat and the tight jeans you want to wear. So whenever you think that about the whenever you want to eat, when you are crave for some particular foods which you will be liking more, then you think about the tight jeans you want to wear. You think that if you eat that, if you eat for your cravings, it will be very difficult to eat wear that tight jeans. So the creeping obesity. So how we are getting this obesity is actually, so it all depends upon our eating habits, physical activity, basal metabolism. So basal metabolism is nothing but the internal activities happening inside your body, and the physical activity is what you do, and the eating habits is how you treat the foods. So whenever the physical activity decreases, so that will decrease the metabolic rate. So whenever your physical activity decreases, that will even decrease your internal organ working rate. So if energy expenditure drops more than the energy intake, so we know that to perform a work we need energy. For example, we can calculate it as a bike or a car. So for a car or bike, we need petrol or diesel for running it. So whenever if you are daily using the car for traveling for 10 kilometers, so that you may requiring about 1 liter of petrol, but daily every day you are filling it 2 liter of petrol. So what happens in every day is 1 liter is balance over there, and this balance will go on increase every day, and eventually one day the tank will fill. The same like your body may requiring 1000 kilocalorie for performing all the works in a day. And if you are eating from the food, all the food what you are eating in a day, you are getting maybe 2000 kilocalories. So the 1000 kilocalories left over there in a day, and this 1000 kilocalorie will be move on to next day, and that will it will like you are fixing you are depositing your money in a bank. It will increase day by day. So what will happen? Eventually that will fill, and it will get it will require more space to fill it more, and then you will get automatically fat. So that the expenditure and the intake should be equal. So whatever the energy you are intaking, that much of energy you should output it. You should use it. So that is how you can manage the weight. So whenever the energy expenditure, that means the usage of energy drops down than the energy intake, then there will be a weight gain occur. So overweight is can be defined as the 1 to 19% of above one's ideal weight. So if a person, for example, a person is having a height of 170 centimeter, and that person is having 70 kgs, that is his ideal body weight. So if that person is having more than that, more than his ideal weight of 90%, if he is having more than 90% of up to 90%, he is considered as overweight, and obesity is more than 90% of his ideal weight. So here you can see in the table that here weight categories which is based on BMI. So BMI is nothing but your body mass index. So this is nothing but it is a proportion of your body weight to your height. Just a minute. So here you can see the BMI table. So BMI is nothing but your body mass index according to your height and weight. So this your weight should be proportional to your height. So when we are calculating the BMI, so BMI is calculating is the height in meter square divided by your weight. For example, if a person is having 1.73 meter, that 1.73 into 2 divided by the total body weight of this person, that gives his BMI. So according to the BMI, we can classify a person into underweight, healthy weight, overweight, obesity, and severe obesity. So a person whose BMI coming below 18.5 will be underweight. His body is not having the proper weight according to his height. and a person who is belonging to the BMI 18.5 to 24.9 is belonging to the healthy weight. So those persons are having the ideal body weight which a person should have according to his height. And the persons who belong to the BMI of 25 to 29.9, that person are having overweight. According to the body weight of their body is more than their requirement of as per the height. And the BMI above 30 to 39.9 is considered as obesity, and the BMI above 40 is considered as severe obesity. So this is how we will classify the body weight. So BMI is classified on basis of the height and the weight of the body. So what we will calculate for the BMI is our height in meter square divided by the weight. That will give you your BMI, body mass index. So that understanding the body mass index, we can classify our weight in whether it is underweight or healthy weight or overweight or obesity or severe obesity. So this will help to maintain the weight of our body. So there are many health risks which is associated with the obesity or overweight or something. So they are more prone to the diabetes. So the persons who are having obesity or overweight there is a higher risk of getting diabetes, because diabetes, we know that whenever diabetes is what? The free sugar or free glucose in your blood. That means those persons who are having overweight may end up with diabetes because the body is having extra energy. So this energy may get converted to glucose and let them be deposited in your blood. So that the way the patient can develop diabetes. Also, that person may be very prone to heart diseases. So once you are overweight, your body will be having more number of fat cells. Even these fat cells may go and sit in your arteries, the heart walls and all, and that may create the blockage of blood transport. That will create the functioning. That will create a great impact in the functioning of your head, and it may damage your head also. Even your if you check the heart of an obese person, that heart will be fully surrounded with too much amount of fat. Even that will also bad for the heart. And also they are having dyslipidemia, sleep apnea and breathing problems. So they will be having more of wheezing in the nights, and all those persons who are obese, even they are more prone to cancer. So they may also end up in depression. They may having hypertension. So all these are a health risk of obese persons. So the risk factors which can be leaded to obesity. So risk factors, as we said, increased energy intake. Increased energy intake is nothing else. It is the overeating. Faisal Nasir, you want to ask something? Faisal Nasir. Yes, increased energy intake. It is nothing overeating. So as we said before, if you need 1,000 kilocalorie per day for your all body work, and you may be eating 1,500 kilocalorie, that means 500 kilocalories extra there. So that will lead to obesity and decrease energy expenditure. That means decreased energy and expenditure is that you are not physically active. When you are sedentary, you will be taking rest for whole of the day. So most of the students like you, like past 2 years, you are decreasing your energy expenditure. So you are, because of COVID, you are sitting at your home itself, you are eating, there is no much physical activity. So your body is tend to a decreased energy expenditure. So that can also lead to obesity. And one more risk factor is maybe heredity. So this obesity is also found on the patients whose parents are also obese. So it can be a hereditary disease. And even psychological facts, the way how you treat foods. if somebody will be having no timings for the food, they'll be eating food whatever the time they want to eat, and they will be being eating all the time. They will be snacking. So all this kind of behavior towards the food will also lead to obesity. Even metabolic changes are also more can lead to obesity. Even gender, when coming to gender, male or female, the women are more prone to develop obesity. So when compared to men, women are more prone to develop obesity. So their woman's body may become obese, more having the higher chance than the males. So other risk factors of obesity are developmental factors. So this is happening inside your body. So it can be either hyperplasia or hypertrophy. So don't get so much of confused of these ways. Hyperplasia is nothing but the excessive number of fat cells. So in that picture you can see the number of hyperplasia. The last picture is having more number of cells. So when you are eating, it may either go to increase the number of cells, or it may lead to hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is nothing but the increasing in the cell size. The existing cell only will increase in its size. Also, hyperplasia is nothing but increase in the number of cells. So one person is obese, and they feel like I am obese and I should control my weight. What approaches they will be using to control this obesity or control this overweight? So generally, these persons will be using dieting. So they will be going for vast dieting. So that some people will even skip the meals. They will start to starve themselves, and they will stop using all the type of foods. They will only will look into the vegetables. So that type of false diets they will be ending up with. And dieting is a major part of weight management, and it's a huge business all over the world. And if you calculate the amount of dollars which is spent on for dieting in all over the world, it will be $1 billion. And most of the health product consumers are desperate and uneducated. So we know that if you look into, if you are checking the social medias also, if you Instagram or Facebook, or even if you go to Google, so you can see there will be many ads which will be showing you reduce your fat within 10 days, 5 days, 10 kgs in 1 day. Like that, many ads you can see. So this they will. So what happens is like this obese patients will be go and check what type of a treatment it is, and they will go for the treatment. They will be those persons will be giving some supplements which may not be approved by any of the government, and also it may end up with some bad diets which is not approved by a qualified nutritionist. So this all will happen, and they will be ending up with no result. So what happens? These persons will, those who are taking these diets will happen. So 50% of them will regain their weight in 2 years. So suddenly they will get a reduction in the weight of 2 kgs to 5 kgs in a day, in a week or in a month. So that happens is that weight will be regained in 2 years. And how this? Why this kind of diet is false? Why it fails in giving results? So most of the people what they will do in that slide, you can see that one person is deciding to improve their health. So they want to lose their weight. So what they will do then next step? They will start drastic dietary protocols. They will start to restrict many of the food groups they will avoid, and they will, some people even they will starve only. So they will avoid all the calories. So what will happen next cycle? It is honeymoon period. So what happens, since they have stopped all their calories intake and all their other food intake and all, they will be seeing some improvement or a little weight reduction. So this is actually because of the stress hormone production, not because of the diet is working on them. So that is a false day. So what will happen? The next, after that, this honeymoon period, they will be very happy that because they are seeing a result. So next, what will happen after this honeymoon period? Next, they are not seeing any result. The short-term progress starts to slow down. So the result, whatever the weight loss is not occurring as per before. So what will happen? Then you will start to dig deeper, makes more unsustainable changes, finds more problem, food ads, more restriction. So typically you will end up in not eating only. Then you will be ending up in depression, and you will stop all the activity. That's how the diet cycle commonly happens. So that's why it is not working. So why actually we are gaining weight? So that's what we want to know first in when we are thinking of a weight loss or a weight gain. So why we gain weight? Why are we gaining weight? That is why we have to check out. We have to find out the reason why we are gaining weight. So some patients may be gaining weight because of their medical condition happening inside the body. Even if there's some people may be having thyroid problems. If they are having thyroid problems, that can also may lead to obesity. So what happens? That person may not be knowing that that person is having thyroid, and what will end up? He will start to diet. He will stop some many foods to eat, and what will happen? The thyroid problem will increase, and there won't be any result for him also. So first, we should find out what is the reason for the obesity. Some may be because of heredity. Some patients may develop obesity after the post surgery. If some persons may develop obesity because of the eating habits. So first of all, we want to find out why the person is developing weight or why the person is gaining weight. Then only we can reduce the weight of that particular person. So the reason for the developing weight will be different from one person to another person. So it won't be the same for all. So maintaining a proper weight requires actually, as in the picture you can see, the energy in should be equal to energy out. So in the picture you can see the balanced weight. Here there, calories eaten and calories burned are same. So but weight gain, what happens? Calories eaten is more, calories burned is very less. So that situation, your body will start to gain weight. And next, when the calorie eaten is very less and calorie burned is more, that stage you are having weight loss. So it's the same way, if you are eating 500 kilocalorie extra per day, so you are continually eating that 500 kilocalorie extra in a day for a week, then you will end up in 1 kg increase of body weight. The same way, if you burn an additional 500 kilocalorie a day, if you are able to burn additional 500 kilocalorie a day than your normal, then in a 1 week you can reduce 1 kg body weight. So that is a simple very simple equation for weight loss. So it is the equation that it is a must theory that for a weight loss to occur, there should be a calorie deficit. There is no other way. So what is the right solution? So how can we start a proper diet? So we will think about that. So let's start with the basics of the dietetics. So nothing but, so our foods we can be classified into macronutrients and micronutrients. So whatever the foods we are eating, that foods containing either macronutrients or micronutrients. So we should understand what are the macronutrients, what are the micronutrients. So macronutrients are your carbohydrates, protein, fat, water and all. And micronutrients are vitamin, minerals and fiber. So these nutrients are having particular function inside your body. They all are very important to your body to perform the proper functioning of your body. So the macronutrients are those nutrients which you need in a bigger quantity. For example, carbohydrate, protein and fat. Carbohydrate, your rice. So most of you will be, our staple food is rice. So almost all food what we are eating contains carbohydrates. So a person, most of the energy So 70 to 80% of our energy is coming from carbohydrates itself. So proteins are also very important for the building up of our tissues, building up of our muscles. All those proteins are very important. Even fat is also important for our body. Even the fat is required for our body. Fat is not a bad thing. Fat is also required. So we have to classify the fat into, we can classify the fat into bad and good. So with the good fat we require for our body for the proper functioning. So micronutrients are those nutrients which we may be requiring in very minute quantities. So that is what the macro and micronutrients. So 1 gram of carbohydrate is going to give you 4 kilocalories, and 1 gram of protein is going to give you 4 kilocalories per gram, and 1 gram of fat is going to give you 9 calories, and 1 ml of alcohol gives you 7 calories. So this is how the energy distribution from the macronutrients. So 1 gram. So if a person is eating 100 gram of rice in a day, so that 100 gram of carbohydrate a day, that will give you 400 kilocalories, which may be half the requirement of his total energy requirement. So this, just a minute. Yes, sorry. So you understood about the calorie distribution of each nutrient. So this, when you are thinking of a food, you should understand that yeah, my plate is containing this much of carbohydrate, so this much may be giving this much of energy, or this is containing this much of protein. So in that image you can see carbs. 1 gram of will give 4 kilocalories. So the example of carbs are mostly rice, potatoes, and fruit. And the example for protein is chicken, tuna, and all. That also will give you 4 kilocalories. But 1 gram of fat is giving you 9 calories. Example: the avocados, nuts, oils, etc. So this is how you should distribute your macronutrients in the diet. So total 45 to 65% of your total macronutrient or energy should be from carbohydrates. And if you are planning for 1,000 kilocalorie per day, in that 45 to 65% should be from carbohydrates, and 15 to 25% should be protein, and 20 to 35% should be from fat. So this is how you should plan your plate for the food. And who is a healthy eater? So the healthy eater should know the difference between the nutrient dense and nutrient poor or calorie dense carbs. For example, we can take a difference between a potato and a broccoli. So potato only just containing starch, it is only containing carb, but the broccoli contains many of the minerals, many of the nutrients, vitamins, even protein and all. So that is, broccoli is nutrient dense when it is compared to potato. So where potato is only giving you energy from the carb, but broccoli is same time it is giving little energy also, or also the same time it is giving you many other important minerals or vitamins which is required for your body. So that is how you have to classify the nutrient dense and calorie dense carbs. So you should be able to avoid calorie dense carbs, and you should start to eat more of nutrient dense food. So also the healthy eater should respect the difference between saturated fats, trans fats, mono and polyunsaturated fats. So this mono and polyunsaturated fats are very important for our body. They are having many important health effects in our body. So these unsaturated fats, these trans fats are actually very bad for our health. So we should be able to understand this difference between the saturated fats, trans fats, mono and polyunsaturated fats and all. So that is how a healthy eater should think about. So how we can plan for a meal? So when we are planning a meal, we should choose the balancing of the foods, the variety and the moderation in the foods, and also we should go for a healthy food choices. We should watch our portion sizes. So we should not eat more than the required amount of our portions. And also we should watch our exercise. So if you are not physically active, that means your BMR or metabolic rate will come down, and that will also lead to gain obesity or overweight. So you should be physically active. You should be having proper sleep. An average normal person should sleep at least minimum of 7 to 8 hours. Otherwise, his body will be creating stress hormones, and that will also lead to obesity. Even if the persons who are working, there will be some days those persons who are mostly working in IT firms and IT companies also and all, they will be having more stress, and they should be able to manage their stress. Otherwise, that also can lead to obesity. So these are how we can plan our lifestyle. So when we are planning a meal, we should balance our intake. We should balance our macronutrients. We should balance the intake of carbohydrate. We should balance the intake of protein. We should balance the intake of fat. And also when we are planning the meal, we should add variety into that diet. Also, we should moderate the amounts. And also we should go for a healthy food choices than a junk foods. So a weight loss, when you are planning for a weight loss, you should think it for a lifestyle change, not a short time diet changes. So when we are planning for when a person is thinking that they should reduce their weight, then they should think about the lifestyle changes, not a small diet changes. So not just dieting or not just making changes in your diet makes you or loses you weight. And you should only set realistic goals. And suddenly if you tomorrow onwards, like if you are a person is 80 kg and he want to reduce under 50 kgs and all within 3 days or 1 week and all, that is not a proper goal. So according to the Dietetic Association or the government WHO, an average person should only lose a 500 gram or half kg in a week. So more than that, or half kg to 1 kg. So maximum a person should only lose 1 kg in a week. More than that is not healthy for an average a person according to WHO. So you should not set goals. Is not a realistic one. Is not very difficult to achieve. And only you should make gradual changes. So you should not suddenly change all your lifestyle. So you should only gradually, very slowly, you should change your lifestyle. So when a person who is eating 6 idlis or 3-4 parotas or 1 plate full of rice and all, from suddenly tomorrow onwards, you should not stop eating that fully. Like you should not eat only one. You should not only very little rice. Slowly you have to reduce the number. For example, if a person is eating 6 idlis, the next day give him 5 idlis, very next day give him 4 idlis, the next day give him 3 idlis. So that is how you have to reduce it. You should not reduce suddenly to 3 idlis. Like that only you should reduce. Very gradually you should reduce. Very gradually you should make the changes. So if you want to drink more of water, the person may be drinking only one liter per day. Suddenly you should not give 2 liter in the next day. make the body familiar to that changes. So slowly make the changes. And each person is different. So everything is like your friend may be doing some diet and he or she may lose some 2 or 3 kgs. So you are also going to follow the same method what she followed or he or she followed, but it is not going to work you properly because your body structure is or your body composition is different and that person's body composition is different. So each person's composition is different, each person's cause of obesity or weight is different. So you will be having your own ways to reduce the weight. So you should not just copy whatever the other are doing, and if you are copying, sometimes you may get the result, sometimes you may not get the result, and then you will end up in depression. So you should find out your own ways that works for you. That's what you should experiment to find out what is the best method that will work for you. Or for the diet also, what is the best diet that is working for you. Always have a good hope. When you are doing something, you should do with the mentality of that you will be successful. And if you should not do it with a doubtful mind. You should do that you are knowing that you will be going to be successful. That like that only you should be 100% sure on what you are doing. So when you are planning for a diet, you should consider the percentage of macronutrients. So we discussed about the percentage of macronutrients which is required for the good meal plan. So that is what the carbohydrate should be this much of 65 up to 65%. Protein should be up to 25%. Fat should be up to 15%. That's how you have to plan for your macronutrients. Also, you have to plan for your calorie intake. So a person, for example, if I require 2000 kilocalorie, my friend may be requiring 1800 kilocalorie. So my energy requirement and my friend's energy requirement is different. So we should not eat same calorie food. Means we should not eat same amount of foods. He should eat little less and I should eat little more because our requirement is different. So that's how we have to manage our calorie intake. And also we should always focus on the vitamins and minerals. So most of the people when they are going for a diet, what will happen is they will end up with nutrient deficiencies. Many of vitamin deficiencies, mineral deficiencies and all, that will lead to some other diseases. So what is that? Whenever you are planning for a diet, your diet should contain enough amount of vitamins and minerals. So almost all your vitamins and minerals having its own required amount every day. So you should plan like that. And also when you plan a diet, you got a diet, you should check that whether it is sustainable. You should able to follow that diet for lifelong. You cannot, whether it is acceptable for your economy, whether it is acceptable for your environment, whether it is acceptable for your job style, all things you have to, all the factors you have to consider when you are planning for a diet. And also you can go for some lifestyle approaches such as you can go for healthy eating patterns. So some people will eating all the times. So you should have particular times for eating the meals. You should not snacks every time. There should be a particular time of snacking. There should be a particular time of meals. So you should not eat whatever the time you feel. So there should be a particular time period. And there should be a regular activity patterns. You should have physical activity regularly. You should follow that. Suppose if you are running for a 20 minutes a day, tomorrow you should not run for 10 days. That means your energy output will be less that day. That you should have a regular. If you are running for 20 minutes, tomorrow also you should run for 20 minutes or more than that. So also you can plan for simple effective method for long-term weight control is healthy eating patterns. So you should add your variety of foods into your meal plan, and also you should go for eating smaller frequent meals. That means if you are a person that you will be getting hungry very fast, then you go for small meals in a frequent times. That means 1 hour gap you can, whatever the food you are eating in a one time, that you can plan for 1 hour gap, the same quantity. Suppose for a breakfast you are eating 2 or 3 dosas. So you and the person is not able to wait till 1 o'clock to have lunch. Then what he can do? That 3 dosa, when the time of 8 o'clock he can do one dosa. Then 10 o'clock he can take other one dosa. Then 11 o'clock he can take another one dosa. So like that, only smaller frequent meals you can have. That will ensure that you are not hungry and you are not eating more also. So also avoid binging. Binging is nothing but the frequent eating, frequent snacking. There is no control over eating. Whatever you feel, you will eat at any time, any quantity. So such kind of eating habits you should stop, and reduce the fat intake. So reduce the fat intake in the sense, reduce the intake of your butter, all these fried items. Such kind of items you can stop eating. So healthy eating patterns you can go for. First thing is you can plan for low glycemic load diets. So low glycemic diet foods, in this picture you can see most of the low glycemic foods are classified in it. So your berries, your fish, your leafy items, all these are coming under low glycemic index. And high glycemic index include your burger, your cakes, pastries, ice creams, all the biscuits, muffins, all those are coming under high glycemic index. Thus, high glycemic index also can lead to obesity. So, such kind of foods you can avoid, and there is no need of avoiding, you can reduce the intake amount. Also, you can use artificial sweeteners or supplements, but it is not that there is no theory that proven that artificial sweeteners or supplements may help you to lose weight or reduce the body fat. And you should restrict the empty calories. So the most of the if you are in most of the persons will be having products with maida. So maida is in the maida it is having nothing, just calories. No other nutrients, no other protein, no other vitamins, minerals, nothing it is having. So you stop focusing on such kind of products, empty calorie products, such as your donuts, your ice cream, your this French fries, Lays, Kurkure. All these are empty calories. Even the parota, all those are empty calories. So stop concentrating on that, and instead of that, you go for good calories, which containing even calorie, even good amount of protein, good amount of mineral, good amount of nutrient. So in this picture, for your reference, I have given. So a bowl of fruit salad is better than one donut. So this donut just will contain just sugar and maida. So what will happen? Only the donut is going to give you only energy. But same time, if you are having a bowl of fruit, you are getting energy, you are getting carbs, you are getting protein, even you are getting minerals and vitamins, and even you are getting water or other electrolytes. So that's how you can restrict your empty calories. So go for a wise option. So learn the difference between hunger and craving. So hungry is when you are feeling hungry, your hypothalamus will give you an information. Your brain will give you an information that you are hungry with your stomach pain or a headache or something like that. But craving is not hungry. Craving is just you want to eat that food because you like the taste. Because when you crave for a food, when you see or when you smell some food, then your mouth will become watery. You like for that food, but hungry is different. That your body requires when you feel hungry, then when your body requires energy. When you are lacking of energy, that time your body will tell you that you are hungry. But craving is different. That you wanted to eat that food because you like the taste or smell of that food. So next, then you can go for regular activity patterns. So you can choose for better good exercise which will help you for burn calories, increases the metabolism, which there are exercises which promotes the greater fat loss and also which can suppresses the appetite. So the type of exercise which you can choose for are the aerobic exercises or the strengthen or muscle endurance exercises. So these type of exercises will help you to manage your weight. And so there's a difference between the meals and the grazing. So Bmi eating is a type of grazing. So if you look into the cows will be always that will be chewing. That all they will be eating more. So you should all eat either 3 regular meals or you should eat 6 small meals or snacks. So you should not eat so much of food in a day. So in here I have seen a picture that you can see in one picture. The first picture you can see more varieties of so many foods are being kept on the table. That means that showing that you are grazing. You are not having the food. You are not having the meals. Coming to second picture, you can see a particular quantity of food is being served in a particular way. So only few food which is being served in a particular quantity. So that is what the proper meals. So first picture is just grazing, like a cow. So next, whatever you can plan for your diet is like you should have tried for new recipes. You can take healthy snacks. So instead of going for burritos, Cheetos, Lays and all, you can go for a vegetable salad or fruit salads. Try to eat more at home and less from out. So always you try to eat more from home because almost all outside food, this hotel foods or fast foods, whatever, they will use food additives, food preservatives, food colorings, even Ajinomoto or taste enhancers. All this they will be adding and even they will be preparing food from unhygienic places. So always mostly you try to focus on having food from the home itself. Your home food is better than any other outside food. So this eating this food with the preservatives, additives, colors, or Ajinomoto and all will lead you to not only for obesity, even they will lead you to have many other medical conditions, diseases also. Even if in a certain circumstance we cannot eat, if you are going traveling to somewhere and for 3 days, 4 days, and you cannot focus on or you cannot depend on your home food. So then what you can do is you can opt for healthy choices. Even if you are going for a hotels, you should choose a good hotel. You should hope for healthy food choices in their menu, and also you should ask for the modifications in that menu diet. Because if you are telling them to get a fry or tikka, you can ask for them to give a oil free. You can ask them to reduce the salt. You can ask them to make it bland. So the modification, you should always ask for modifications. And eat slowly and savor meal time. So you should properly chew your food and eat. When you properly chew and eat food, you won't eat much. That is one benefit. And also it will give proper digestion. So drink plenty of water in a day, and you should not starve yourself. You should not skip meals. Skipping of meals, starving of meals, and will lead to again obesity and all other gastrointestinal disorders, other diseases and all, ulcers and all. And whatever you are doing an exercise or a meal or dieting, do it for you. Don't do it for someone else. don't do it just because someone has compelled to you. Do it with your own wish and focus on the health benefits what you are going to get. So that is how you can plan it. And whatever, if you whenever you are not getting discouraged, don't get discouraged when you are not finding out a result immediately. So healthy weight loss will take time. So you should not discourage it. And whenever you are rewarding yourself, you should not reward yourself with food. You should reward yourself with something other than food. So that is what about weight management. So I hope it's clear. Any doubts you can ask me. I think nobody is having any doubt. No one has raised their hand also. If you want to ask anything, you can ask. Just unmute and ask. Okay, thank you. So, students, your next session will be starting in sharp 2 o'clock. So, all should join at sharp 2 o'clock. Yes, Divya, glad you raised your hand. Do you have any doubt?
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to all?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How are you all doing?
Doing great.
Fine, ma'am.
Okay, I know after lunch, post lunch, all sleepy, I understand. But then we'll have an interesting topic that I would be talking on. So, myself, I am Ananya, and I'm in the Department of Commerce and Management. And today, my topic will be on time management, something that students, as an individual or as a teacher, we are supposed to be doing on. So, firstly, I know all the questions always happen at the last of the session, but my question is to you all directly in the first instance only. So, what do you understand when you hear time management? What do you all understand when you hear time management?
Ma'am, it's
Yes,
given task within
managing the time. Managing the task.
completion of task within the given time.
Beautiful, great. Then, how to use time well. Beautiful. One more statement I got. Then, what else? What do you understand? Let's make it more interactive. So, what do you all understand?
It is like planning and organizing your things, the things to do.
Yeah, exactly. Beautifully said. So, it is nothing but simply to tell that how we could be handling our work, our schedule in a right timing. What is to be done in what timing? The way we have to treat the particular timing. Right statement. So as I got beautiful answers from you, let's move to the topic directly. Time management. So firstly, we need to understand how to manage time. So we all know different methods. We keep time slots to complete our work. We keep some particular time as what time we are supposed to complete, what schedule to be followed, so on and so forth. So first thing, as much I understand, we need to record our daily activities. So that's what is mentioned. That is recording your daily activities, which is the most and the simplest manner to be followed. Okay, so how to manage time? As you can see a particular dialog box down there, I have made a planner for you all. So now, recording your daily activities, as I said, is the most important aspect. So try not to change the schedule to make it better. Simply record your day-to-day activities. You can use a daily planner to do so, or use the template that I have given below. So everyone have their own way of bringing up things. Everyone have their own way of managing up things, or how to be having a planner. So this is my way of getting things done. So what activities I'll be doing, at what time I'll be doing, how much duration will I be taking, and how have I done, like whether I have completed that work or not, is something that I would be looking up to. Now, as I told you, like recording your daily activities. So once you have recorded your particular activity for 3 days, use the record to make your 4 list. So I've listed on 4 things for you all. Now this is how you're supposed to be making your particular list. So number 1, list the things you should have done or would have liked to do but did not manage to get during those days. Sometimes you might be lazy, or you might have got a lot of work, or sometimes we do procrastination. So all of those things is something that would come under this. So first you need to list off those 4 main things. So first thing what I told you is you need to list as to what you should have done and what you would be like to be doing, but you were not able to manage it during that particular period. Then number 2, list the things you did not do properly because you did not have time. So that also could be a possibility of why you have not completed your particular schedule. The third list is the list things you should not really be doing. Sometimes, we try to get more on our phones. We just involve in our phone so much that we forget the time and just go on randomly surfing throughout. So that is something that we have to cut down. Like, we should understand where we are investing our time and which is not necessary as much. And the last thing is that you need to know you have to spend too much time on what. So you need to list of what exactly you need to spend your time on. So as a student, what are your priorities? Your studies, your family, your friends. You need to understand how you're supposed to give time on what is your priority, what are you supposed to focus on. So in the first two lists, as I mentioned here, that is list the things you should have done or would have liked to do but did not manage to get during those days, and list the things you did not do properly because you did not have time. So the first two lists will help you to decide whether you are overcommitting yourself. That is, you're doing something more. And if there are too many things on the list, then that you should not have done, that means you have been fitting too many things in your day. So you would understand whether what you're doing is right or wrong. You would understand whether you're doing too many things at a time or you're overworking basically. The second tool list that I told you here is the third and the fourth. List the things you should not really be doing. List the things that you spend too much time on. Now, the second tool list will tell you if you are working inefficiently. Like, think of how much free time you would have had to relax and enjoy life if you rid yourself of some of these activities. So, if you're so much indulged in something that is not necessary, you would not be knowing how much how the life is beautiful outside. You need to enhance the beauty out. You need to understand. You need to relax. After all, you all are students. You all will also have stress. So you need to relax, be calm, and enjoy each and every bit that is happening in your life. Now, how to get more out of your day? Now, that is a very interesting factor. That how. So first one is delegating. That is, if some task is given that you are not able to do, you can ask someone's help or you can give it to someone else so that they can help you and you can do the things there and then. Second thing is saying no. If something is given to you on force and you are not able to say no just because the person would feel bad, that is a wrong gesture. You are supposed to say no where you are supposed to. You're not supposed to take up things just because you want to take. But it doesn't count when we talk about your assignments, your work. All that will not be counted. But something that is necessary, you may say yes, but something that is not necessary, you may say no to it. Then, assessing priorities, that is the very important factor. You need to assess your priorities well in the beginning itself. What should be done in the initial stage? What should be the second? And so on. You need to know which work should be done at what time and what sort of work should be giving what priority. Then labeling and scheduling. That is, this work has to be done at this time. I will be scheduling this. Now, for example, you all come back after college at 4. You take rest and then you sit for studying. We'll just take that into account. So 5 o'clock you sit in the evening for study. So 5 to 5:30 you do the work that has been asked by your lecturers, and then 5:30 to 6 you just read through of what is done in the college, and then some quality time with your family. So you need to label as to what you're doing at what particular time and also properly schedule the thing. Now, very important factor that we lose out here is on procrastination. This is why we mostly cannot do our things on time. We lose our track on. So first, understand or find out the reasons for your procrastination. So most of us have a particular reason of why we delay our why we procrastinate. The three main reasons usually are: you may not like doing that particular task and you may be letting the negative feeling about it build up. So basically, the reason why you're procrastinating is because you do not like that particular task. And also you're trying to, absorb a lot of negative energy because of it. So here one negativity comes. Second is, another reason is that your anxiety or stress about the finished product. So you will be very stressed as to what would be the finished product be like. So that is one of the reasons why you would delay your work. And third is, a lot of us really don't know how to begin that particular work. The more we think about it, the longer we tend to leave it undone, and the more overwhelming it seems. So whenever a task is given, we usually wait till the last dot of the bell. That okay, today is the submission date, so today only we have to do something like that. We start thinking, but then we should never be. We should be, whenever the date is given, we should do it prior to it so that we can avoid procrastination. But these are the three main reasons as to why we actually procrastinate. That is why we actually delay our work. So now, since you got to know, okay, these are the reasons as to why you are delaying your work. So now you have to, once you know the category, the reason of your procrastination, that in what it actually falls to, you will have to use these particular strategies. So category one, you will have to use motivational strategies. That is, you will have to take help from a friend and arrange a time to review progress with them. So their expectations will motivate you and also finally reward yourself once you complete that particular task. So motivation is something that plays a beautiful role in everyone's life. It gives us a boost as to how we have to do. It gives a lot of positivity to us. So if you fall in the category of one, you need to use motivational strategies. That is, whatever your task is, you need to take help of your friend. You need to tell them like what sort of task is given. You need to review that task with them. They will assist you. They will give their loopholes. You can make the corrections, and then you will be done. That's where you will be motivated, because it's your friend who is telling, and you will not feel bad. You will be like, okay, this is where I have to improve. So you will improve, and so on. You will be happy to see yourself doing that task. Category 2 is that you need to be realistic and understand that it's okay to not to be a perfectionist. So most of us have this, in mind that we have to be perfectionists. We have to do the work at the set time, and it should be crystal neat and clear and no mistakes. No, we are humans. We do make errors, right? Yes or no? Do we? Do we make errors?
Yes.
You all do make errors, right? So because we are all human, we definitely make errors. So it doesn't, it doesn't make much of a difference that time. But if you learn from your errors, that is well and good, and you don't commit it in the future, is something that is appreciable. So you need to be more of realistic, and also it is you should understand that it's fine. It's not necessary to be a perfectionist. So you need to break the task into your smaller tasks and also arrange them in order of your difficulty. So try to finish the easier tasks first. So always what happens is, when a task is given, you need to see to that how you are going to break that particular task. That is, you need to break them into small minute tasks. You finish those easier tasks first, and then do the rest of the thing. So once you understand this, we'll move to the third category. In the third category, what you do is break the particular task into smaller tasks, pick one and focus on only that task. So once you finish this task, pick the another. So this is how you have to follow routine, so that you don't procrastinate any of your work. So in the course of all this, you need to forget that this task was a part of your bigger task. So basically, whenever you're doing something and it's very difficult, you will break the task into smaller bits in a small piece, and then you will understand what you're trying to get, and you do the task, those smaller tasks you complete first, so that the at the end, the bigger task is being achieved. That is, your mission will be completed. So this is about how we actually procrastinate and how we can get through procrastination. So we are humans, we tend to be lazy, we tend to, avoid our work, but no, we need to see to that when we can do it and how we are supposed to do it. The earlier we do, the more better it is for us. So this is about procrastination. Did you all understand till here as to why procrastination comes and how we can, club up our work? Yes? All right. So, okay, I got a reply. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So now,
The song, man, started with the bass, huh?
So this is about procrastination. Now we'll understand the spiritual relaxation method. So this is why, even because of time, we'll always be in a hurry to finish up our things. We are always in a hurry to, do our things on time. So the pressure is always more and the stress is always high. So it is fine, but always take things in a positive manner. So now we'll understand this spiritual relaxation methods whenever we are stressed. So first one is, you might have all known about it, that is, what are mantras and why are they used? So mantras is something that happens from an ancient time and people keep using it as a spiritual technique. So mantras are the sounds that a person makes during meditation. So many people know the most common sound is Om. Om is something that we always use, which is used in a lot of the media description of meditation. Is there anyone out here in the students that are, doing meditation whenever they are stressed? Yes? Do you have anyone from the Lord who do meditation or once in a while? Anyone? Okay, one person. Beautiful. Only one out of the lot? We have so many of them watching, but only one does, is it?
Ma'am, I don't know whether this is meditation or something, but there is something known as subliminal affirmations. And
Right, right.
So,
So you do that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. Affirmation is something that creates a sort of positivity around you, and we see to that the universe is, giving the best out of it. So that is one of the it doesn't come under meditation, but it is something that is beautiful. And as students, if you're doing affirmation, I would definitely be happy about it. So yes, so some of them meditate like just randomly sit in a room, close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out. You can concentrate on that. If not, play a light music, listen to it. It calms yourself as well. And what else techniques can we use for meditation? Instead of telling Om, instead of that, what else can we use? Anyone has a beautiful way of meditating other than just sleeping? Other than that, is there any other method that you use for meditating other than music? Oh, one person said music. Nice. Just have anyone tried this? You move into a dark room, like your room itself, make it dark, and oh, I got beautiful answers. Reading books, music, nice. So yes, we can make the room a dark. We can get into a dark room, light a candle, and just enjoy the sound of the nature. Basically, if that will be one of the beautiful thing, I tell you, students, probably you might do this prior to your sleep pattern. So this would give you the best relaxation for your body. So yes, many people have lost the spiritual component of these mantras. So many of us have lost, by the times it's been traditionally followed, right? So people have lost that connect. But now they continue to use mantras, affirmation. I guess one of the students told me just now, and also counting exercise to get some of the same benefits. So these benefits include mental distraction, sensory use, and calming activity. So why do you think we do all this? For all these reasons. One, mental distraction. The key benefit beyond the spiritual component is the mental distraction. So mantras forces your mind to think about something else, to think about the mantra, which reduces the amount of mental energy you can use on the issues that are upsetting you. So be it student, be it any person, you all have stress. We all have study stress. We have home stress. We might have our friend circle. Because of a friend circle, we might have stress, so on and so forth. There are so many stress in life, so for which it provides a lot. It actually impacts a lot on our mental health. So very important for a person to be healthy is you need to be mentally fit. If not you eat healthy, at least you need to be mentally fit and also eat right food at the right proportionate time. So because of these mantras or because of these methods, it can provide mental distraction. So whenever we are chanting a mantra, like as I told you, it is Om. So whenever we are chanting that, we focus on what we are telling rather than what is running in our mind. A lot of disturbance would come, lot of things would come in our mind whenever we are talking about it. Still, we can get over it because you're focusing on that. So when, as one of your friend just now told about affirmation, so there is a statement that you make a statement and you keep repeating that statement. The universe sees to that work is done for you. So that is a sort of positivity that you bring around. So the second one is sensory use. So because of all these activities, it stimulates your senses, which is also an effective way to distract from anxiety. Much like the mental distraction of making the mantra, noise stimulates the brain using auditory and possibly even tactical ways. So if you feel it in your throat, which has a calming effect, any word for that matter. So whenever we say Om, we feel that in our throat, we feel that vibrations. So automatically we feel a sort of relaxation in our mind, relaxation to our body, and calms us down. It gives us relief from anxiety. Anxiety is nothing but, now if someone, for example, for your teacher, she tells you, come on the stage and speak few words about so and so topic. For once, when that person calls you, you will be nervous. You will be in a sort of anxiety. Like, what am I going to talk? How will I talk? Will I be able to talk? What will people think? What will people judge? Yes or no? Don't you think all this you'll be going on reminding yourself? Yes? Don't you think? You'll think or not? Or you're very positive?
Yes, ma'am. We do think like that.
You do think, right? Yes, ma'am. It's for sure. Pretty good. So we all know that we, more than positive, we think more of negative. We absorb a lot of negativity. We think that, oh, what if I speak like this? What if people judge me because my language is not good? What will people tell? I stammer. So what will people say? What if I am not able to convey what I'm trying to say? So on and so. There will be so many questions in mind. What if you do other way wrong? Like when someone calls out your name, you have to be more than excited. You will be like, oh, someone has called me, they have noticed me, they want me to talk. So what will I talk? How will I start? This is what you're supposed to think. Instead of thinking on the negative aspect, definitely our mind goes there, but try to get your mind back to a positive end so that you have focus, you are confident, and you can build yourself better. So this was about your sensory use. Now next, calming activity. So the sounds themselves will make or may also be calming. So repeating positive phrases, like for example, allows you to be listening to something positive rather than something negative. Here, mantras make a lot of noise, which is very much relaxing. It calms you down. It makes you feel more subtle. It makes you feel more happier inside. So these calming activities can help you to understand more of your positive ways. Now, if someone has asked you, yeah, please, can you please do this? Instead of telling, no, I'm not able to do, what if I'm not able to do? If that is your question, that you're turning the whole thing into negative. What if you ask, is it, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I will definitely try my level best to do. That's how you have to translate your words into positivity so that you can calm yourself, you can have a beautiful time for what you're going to do, and also it is always an experiences as what you're going to be doing. And this we all know. Another method, yoga. Is there anyone out here who does yoga? To the lovely audience who are listening to me, is there anyone who does yoga or was doing before? Yes? Yes or no? Yes, ma'am. Okay, I see Aditya replying. Yes, okay. Anyone else?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So there are people who do yoga. It is one of the most, uh, slow procedure, I can say, but the most calming procedure that we have. So it will help us to reduce the stress and also enhance our mood. It reduces the perception of our pain as well, because we'll be focusing on the moments that we are doing. So it will be completely impacted with only positivity and also in enhancing our mood. Flexing of muscles relaxes the body, which improves the physical and mental health. As I told you, not only eating, it is also your mental health that something is being affected. So it's very important to keep your mental health in a stable manner, so that you are healthy and also you're making the surrounding more healthy. Yes, anyone with deep breathing, anyone does this? Whenever you're angry, they say that you need to, deep breathe when you get angry. You need to count numbers. Anyone does that?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, I do it when I get a lot of stressed and also to relax myself.
Beautiful, great, great. So there are people who do that. That's nice. So that is some of the most simple technique I could say, that whenever you are stressed or you're going for a conference, for a seminar or a presentation, the smallest maybe. So whenever you're going for a competition or anything, so you will definitely take a deep breath. Usually people say take a deep breath and then go forward and do your task. So definitely that is something that would calm you down. So many people will spend much of their time breathing very shallowly, filling only the upper part of their chest with air. That's another way of breathing. You need to calmly sit, stand, however possible, but breathe. You have to breathe properly. You need to breathe deeply. So when you breathe in this way, your diaphragm will move forward, that is downward, and also pulls your lungs along with it. At the same time, it presses against your internal organs to make room for your expanding lungs. When you breathe out, the diaphragm pushes upward, helping your lungs expel carbon dioxide. So it is one of the best methods to be followed when you can calm yourself, and also because of which you can properly be intact with what you're supposed to be doing. Now, another method is PMR, that is the progressive muscular relaxation. Have you heard about it? Have anyone heard about it? PMR? Yes?
No, ma'am.
No? Alright. So the idea behind your PMR is that you need to tense up your group of your muscles so that they are tightly contracted. So hold them in a state of extreme tension for a few seconds and then relax the muscles normally. Then consciously relax your muscles even more. So basically you are trying to hold up your muscles so tight that you're getting a sort of tension, that is, you're getting that feel of your muscles being contrasted. So then you release the muscle in a very very slowly, very calmly, so that you feel the particular tension going off your body. This is one of the best method that has been approved. And also this process of moving from your intense tension to deep muscular relaxation will help to interrupt your body fight a flight response when you're experiencing your stress or any sort of fear. This is something very beautiful that you can do it. So anytime you'll get into a gym, you do a workout, you can go in the morning, early in the morning, you get up, you go for a workout session, you will be so relaxed. I mean, basically in the beginning you'll be very much stressed because the weights will be given, the thread will have to be done, so on and so forth. So we'll be concentrating on that it's going to pain our body. But once when we are done, we're out of the gym, we feel very relaxed, we feel fresh, is because the muscles of our body has been contrasted. So this is something that we have to do. Not only get into a gym, but you can do it like cycling. You can do home workout, anything. You have a lot of availability right now, so you can do anything like Zumba, anything for that matter. So which would give a lot of relaxation to your muscle. So here are a few of the things that I have put listed down for y'all. So in which you can engage in progressive muscular relaxation. I believe this is not visible. Yeah. Can you all see it one by one?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So the first one is, here are a few examples of how you can engage your progressive muscular relaxation. So hold each position for 5 seconds and then relax. One, if you all are at home now, so please do it. It would be really nice to be knowing that you all are trying this. So raise your eyebrows as high as you can. So you can hold it up to 5 seconds and then relax. So you had that, extraction, you had that feeling of tension as when that 5 seconds will be done and then when you can let down your eyebrows. So that is one of the ways of how you can relax your muscle. Second one is, close your eyes as tightly as possible and keep them shut for 5 seconds. Close your eyes as tightly as possible and keep them shut for 5 seconds. So after once your 5 seconds is done, your muscles have been relaxed and you feel better. The next one is, open your mouth as wide as possible as if you're yawning. Usually people say while yawning, please hold. Don't, widen your mouth and hold your hand. So right now I'm asking you to do is because you are at home, you can do it and it will also relax your muscle. The next one is, hold your arms in front of you and clench your fist as tightly as possible. And the next 5 minutes you will be feeling better. Then bend your arms and tense your biceps as tightly as possible. Then as you sit, pull your legs together and push your thighs together, tightening the thigh muscle as you push inward. This is one of the technique you can do while you're sitting, and you can have a lot of your muscles being tensed up. Tighten your abdominal muscles. That is one of the technique. So the next one is, curl your toes downwards as much as possible. So these are few of the activities that we can do. Definitely when you all are free at home after the session, maybe you can just take a copy of it and then do it at home whenever you all are free, whenever you're stressed or whenever you want your muscles to be relaxed. So whenever, in the sense, it should be all the time because your body needs relaxation. So what you will find out is that when you tense your muscles first, it's easier. Then to relax these muscles completely is something that you will be looking up to. So when you try to relax your muscles without tensing them, you'll find that they don't relax as thoroughly. So normally, if generally you just do it, you don't feel any movement in your body. But when you actually tense up your muscle, you feel that relaxation when you let your body be relaxed once the muscle is being tensed. Next thing is that we can send, it's called as centering. So it is a method that you can use to channel nervous system. So it increases your concentration and remains stable and grounded in a very stressful situation. And also it combines your physical and mental approaches to relaxation. So it can take some practice to learn how to use centering. So it's a good idea to become familiar with it before you need to use it. So this is somewhere it is talking about your, it's talking about your brain, your working of how you can be stable, how you can be increasing your concentration, how you can be grounded when you are in a stressful situation. So this combines of all your physical as well as your mental approaches to how you are going to relax your body. So in centering, you need to know these three things. That is, be aware of your breathing, find your center, and release your negative energy. So be aware of your breathing. That is, focus on your breathing. Breathe deeply and slowly using your abdomen. So as in the beginning we told like how we are supposed to do deep breathing, similarly, so that is one part of your centering. Then find your center is, this is your physical center of gravity, which is usually just below your waist. Focusing on your center grounds you and reminds you that you have a balance and control when you start to feel stressed. So once you've found your center, focus your mind on it and also breathe deeply, at least for 5 minutes. So you will understand where your center is. And lastly, release your negative energy. Visualize all the negative energy collecting in your center and then moving upward towards your eyes. Then picture yourself thrusting all of this negative energy away from you, leaving yourself feeling calm and quiet. So the more we absorb negative energy, we need to know how to let it go from our body. So centering is one of the best methods that has been used to let go of negative energy. So this is it, students. So I am done with my session with time management, including the spiritual method of relaxation. So let's have a quick session to talk on. So all these things could be theoretical. These are practically applicable. This can be done on a daily terms too. If we have time or not, we should always make time to see what we are doing. We should always see to that how we see ourselves. Ourselves is one of the major thing that we have to focus on. We can assist people that, you do that, you do this, you don't get stressed on this, you don't take tension, you do. When you know to advise others, you need to know to advise yourself first. So not others have to pick what good qualities you have. You should pick good qualities about yourself, and also you should know what negative qualities of you have. So a quick study for you all, a quick assignment for you guys, everyone for that matter. Take a sheet of paper, write positive in the first side and write negative in the second page. That is a sheet of paper, in the front positive and then negative. List down all the positive qualities in you, not what others tell, what you know about yourself. In the second page, write all the negatives that you have. Okay, so once this session is done, I'll be giving you a feedback form so that you could send up the feedback regarding the session. But this activity is for y'all to understand the positive as well as the negative aspects of yourself. Is that clear to all? Yes?
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah. So I have put in the feedback form for y'all to give me a small feedback on the session.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can you please repeat?
Sorry?
Can you repeat the activity, ma'am?
Yes, I will, dear. So the thing is, I have given you a feedback form to give a feedback on how the session has gone and how did you like my session. Also, I want you to do an activity for your benefit. I will not be questioning you on it. So you have to take a sheet of paper. In the first sheet, write the positive. In the second sheet, write negative. Write all the positive about you, write all the negative about you, compare those two and try to understand where you're supposed to improve yourself. So I hope these particular things that I told you about how you have to manage your time and how you can relax yourself by using different techniques like yoga, spiritual methods like mantras, deep breathing, centering, PMR. See, these are the activities that I told you to be doing. So please do those activities so that you can always see yourself going in a better version when you're more calm. So saying this, I had a beautiful interaction with you guys. You all were pretty good, but I will be awaiting to meet you all in the college as well. So is there any doubt for you all students that you want to ask me?
Not at all.
Not at all? So I am pretty clear. Is that so?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I mean that means I am crystal clear, right? So we are good to go.
Yes.
Okay, so I would expect I would expect your feedback from everyone out here who is watching and listening to me, so that I myself could improve somewhere in the future too. So thank you so much, students. It was great having you all here, and be safe. Take care of yourselves. See you all when you all come for the offline session. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.